Welcome to season 5, episode 8. We finally started this podcast tonight. It's been a rough one, guys. So we are here. We're recording. Before we get into anything else, I do want to do some few housekeeping things. Two Patreon announcements. One, we do have a new Bella member. So Bella is our highest tier. It is a Bella. Yeah, it's a lot of money a month to be a Bella member, and we have one that was David Russell. And thank you, David. You're listening to us live in chat. David, you're awesome. But we now have Remy, who goes by Late Night Snack on our Discord. She is also a snacks. Woo! Yeah, so thank you so much for being the top level Patreon. We that's awesome. We'll have to get you on our episode sometime.
Thank you.
Giveaways. We have a ton of giveaways going on right now.
Feed her, Ian.
Yeah, you have to fly out somewhere, Ian.
Pancakes.
Lots of giveaways going on right now on, I think, Twitter, Instagram. There's a Discord one going on right now. If you're on our Discord, even TikTok has a giveaway going on. So if you want to win stuff, there's giveaways going on right now. So go check out our socials and win stuff. It's all different things in different places. So win things. And then we do have guests tonight. So want to introduce the lovely ladies of the North Harbor podcast, hoping that they can explain where it is, because we've been baffled since puberty of where to find this North Harbor. So
still working on it.
Tell us about the podcast, tell us about yourselves, and take it away, guys.
Okay, so first of all, we have a map right on our Twitter. Just FYI, posted it out there for everyone so they can find us. There's an actual map, and there's a bullseye where North Harbor is, so you shouldn't miss it. But
I'm still confused.
You're still confused. Just look at the map. You're fine. We are a very NSFW podcast, as the name implies. We are also starting from the end of the series and going towards the beginning. So again, all the spoilers all the time. And we call that segment Taking It From the Back.
Yeah.
All right. Exactly.
I'm already interested.
Wait, are we talking to me now? I'm sorry, guys.
No, I got this. I'm good. All right.
I heard
she does
got
it.
Things.
She got all of it.
I do. Yes. Mm-hmm. So we also have segments on there for Twitter, because we have a very large Twitter presence. So we have Tweet of the Week every week. We'll both pick a tweet of the week, and we have a Linny quote at the very end. Right now, we're actually doing the last battle, which is a gigantic undertaking, the actual chapter. Yeah.
That's what she said.
Exactly. It's huge. And we decided to take it POV by POV. So most recent one was Talmanis and Ruark.
Okay.
Zaddies.
Cool.
Yeah, Zaddy sandwich right there.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks you guys for coming out and joining us for this this episode. So personal life, what's going on in our life? So in my life personally, I had the house to myself last weekend. The wife and kids went to the in-laws for the weekend. My wife came back with a new car to us, so we got a newer Suburban, which now that we're adding to our family and having more kids, it definitely helps to have a giant bus in our driveway. So very appreciative of that. We had snow as well last weekend that lasted for like 2 seconds, but that's Virginia for you. It snows and then it melts in like 2 days, or 2 seconds, not 2 days, 2 seconds. The next day the roads were clear. And anything else going on in personal life? Yeah, we have COVID going around our house right now. Like, I don't have it, but other people, my wife and kid do. So it's fun. We have a fun time going on right now. Yeah. And then just a quick announcement also, we JordanCon is coming up. I want to start plugging JordanCon. We are going, at least Chris and I. Ian hopefully is going. It all depends on whether Uncle Sam lets him, since the military has him by the balls and doesn't let him do anything. So maybe Ian will be there. Hopefully he'll be there, but nonetheless, some of us will be there, and we're gonna have a blast in Atlanta. So look forward to that.
We will.
So that's it for me for personal life going on right now. What about you guys?
All right. So currently where I'm at, it is negative 13 degrees, and that's the warmest it's been in the evening / night for the last 3 days. So there's that. Not much has changed since last time. They say we only have a few weeks until we head out of here. I'm anticipating end of February. Even still, they kind of like restructured us internally. So like I moved to a different position starting tomorrow. The job's kind of changing for me. So sleep is going to be interesting this week coming up. I'm going to be a zombie. I essentially, to make it work, changing from what we're doing now to what we have to do with the new rotations. I'm going to be working for like 18 plus hours. And then with my new leadership role, there's meetings after that. So I might pull a full 24 of straight work. We'll see. Yeah, but can't wait to get back. That's I got to sleep in this morning a little bit. And when I woke up at 7:00, I remembered that somebody was off post for a dental appointment. So I texted them cheeseburger, and then I rolled over and went back to sleep for another hour. And when I woke up, there was a McDonald's cheeseburger sitting on my stomach. So it was fantastic. It was a great day.
On your stomach. That is an interesting position.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Yeah, he tried to snuggle with me and like feed it to me, but apparently I was being cranky and trying to sleep. So
Oh, okay. That sucks.
yeah.
Also, I forgot to mention as well, and this is my bad, my fault, and because it definitely needs to be mentioned as well. We actually did get a last minute Patreon as well today, so it wasn't in my notes. That's why I skipped over it because I wrote my notes yesterday.
Mhm.
But a Gleeman Twitch from the Gleeman's Apprentice podcast joined us as a patron today as well.
Yay.
So thank you,
you.
sir, and he's listening to us live. So
Yeah.
thank you. I'd being missed. Not I would have said it next week anyway, but. You get your shout out because you did join before we started recording. I just didn't write it down. That's my bad.
Appreciate you.
Dan.
Well, Alan's a dark
Lovely.
friend. We expected that. So
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
yeah, but that's all I got, Chris. So yeah, what you got going on? What's up?
Oh man, the week kind of flew by, to be honest with you. Like we had
Do you
snow here
have
too,
other
so it shut some
headsets?
stuff down. So got the chance to get the Christmas stuff put away, and and got the chance to relax and finish binging some stuff, finish a couple books, and put in my application to a few places. So been a productive week, to say the least.
Okay.
Cool. How about you guys? Adelorna?
Oh man. Okay, so it's been a week already, and it's only Tuesday. My job is, while they pay a whole bunch more than my old position, they are working me to the bone. I am doing 10 to 16-hour days at my job currently. 6 out of 7 days of the week. So
Whoa.
yeah, it's great. We just had a new implementation the first, so it's putting out fires constantly. And I did actually work New Year's and New Year's Eve and all of that, and I did not get any of those days off. Let's see what else. Oh, my kid is just going through his attitude stage, although I'm sure that's probably going to be until he's
How old?
grown. He's 8.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Massive
his
attitude.
attitude. He said
Oh.
going through. He just started.
Oh, yeah.
You've only just begun.
Yeah,
Look,
you got
I thought-
23 years of that left.
Thanks so much for that. I thought that, Terrible Twos, Three-Nature was bad. This is that was nothing compared to this. This is slamming doors, screaming, "I hate you," and then you having to be like, "Okay, calm."
Ooh. Yeah.
Jesus. All right, you go be over there.
Oh no,
Calm
that's
down.
when you take a door off the hinges.
That's what my dad would do. Be like, oh, we don't want to respect the doors now. Well,
Like,
you can have
said,
this
my
back.
doors in my house.
Back when I say you can have it back.
You
Right.
think you want to take a shit with some privacy?
Right.
Uh-huh.
You hang a sheet there. Try slamming that sheet. You look so stupid.
Yeah. That's all that's really going on with me. I know that Rebecca's household has recently had COVID. So
Ooh,
that,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and that's like multiple kids, husband and her.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's definitely going around. We're still running through that here between the
Mhm.
guests and the soldiers here. I mean, it's nonstop. We have people going in quarantine and popping hot and
Yeah.
Mhm.
constant battle. That's the main reason why our dates keep getting pushed to the right, because we're lining them up. Everybody's ready to go, but we can't send them if they're testing positive. So yeah, we
Yeah.
just keep on keeping on.
You're
Yep.
just not testing them at the right time.
Look, and we had a meeting and I made the case to the medical portion of the task force. I'm like, look, guys, we should not be testing unless they're like super symptomatic. Other than that, let's just let it ride because I'm trying to get home. But they're like testing everybody constantly. I'm like, geez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And I do know that both Rebecca and I will be going to Jordan Con.
Oh,
Nice.
see you there.
Yeah, we will have maps with us. So
Okay.
How to
yeah,
find it?
Mhm.
yes, exactly. And
Okay.
we will also have little ribbons, of course, saying I found North Harbor.
Oh, nice.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Will you be using a double device setup at JordanCon?
Only if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
only if I'm very, very lucky. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, that's 3 out of 5 gigaties.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as Rebecca's trying to get her headphones back in order, we can kind of jump right in and
All right.
and she'll just join us whenever
Yeah.
she gets everything technical difficulties worked out. So let's move right into these chapters. So we'll start with chapter 14, meeting. And it's the ring symbol, the ring that Ian likes to find in men's gas station bathrooms.
I know y'all have seen them too. Y'all just keep playing with me.
He thinks the dream triangle ring is just a cock ring, but that's what
I mean,
See, you actually know the nomenclature. See,
it is though. That's exactly what it is.
Right.
And if I was playing with you, you would know it. But continue.
So that's our symbol, and we're talking about dreams because we left off last chapter with Nynaeve going to sleep to go to meet, and she enters into Tel'aran'rhiod, and she's in the heart of the stone, the meeting place, and she's a little early. And she came there early, I think, on purpose because she's looking for someone in particular, and it's Brigitte. So we'll start there. She starts calling out, like, "Where are you, Brigitte?" And that's where we start. So let's talk about it. What do you guys think about this initial interaction? And you get some like kind of insight about some of how the wheel works and things like that.
Well, I think that the insight into how the wheel works was really well written here. I do like how it dove into Brigitte and exactly why she's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I know, like with each book, every time we touch on a new main character, a new topic, like most authors, when they're writing multiple book series, they'll kind of re-describe all the important stuff. And so he's kind of getting into like the rules of the dream world, if you will, but he's made an emphasis the last few times we've been there. There's some line talking about how dying in the world of dreams was to die in fact. And I caught on in the early books that when he drops these little hints here and there, it's usually a sign that it's going to happen to somebody. So I don't know if it's sometime soon or if he's playing the long game here, but that's certainly something I'm paying attention to moving forward. You know, are we going to lose somebody there? I don't know. It's like dying in the Matrix.
Yeah,
Body can't live without the mind.
exactly.
Yep.
I like the foreshadowing in different places. And it
Oh,
makes
so
you
you
question.
confirm that's foreshadowing. All right. So someone is dying.
No,
in the
I
world
did
of
not
dreams.
confirm
Okay.
that's
How about that?
foreshadowing.
All right.
If you had listened to the
So-
entirety of what I'm saying,
Yeah.
which is, I think, a man trait that just, but
That's fair.
yeah, it is fair. But the foreshadowing in some places and then making things seem bigger in other places.
Right.
Will throw you off the track a little bit.
Yeah. I have that gift, making things seem bigger. I had to learn that at a young age. So
Okay. All right.
Right.
Fair.
Smoking mirrors.
reality
Smoke and
is
mirrors.
not very flattering. So I'm
Reality is
5'2".
not- Holy crap, a dude that's younger or that's shorter than me?
5'7", but still that's not much better
Okay,
in the guy world.
Look, I'm all of 5'3 3/4. I claim those 3/4 proudly.
There you go.
So,
I'm 5'7" on the dot.
okay. All right. Well, see, not shorter than me. Damn.
Mhm. Sorry. Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's very interesting that they've been able to persuade Brigitte to kind of become a spy in Talon Real,
Mhm.
because we know that she definitely has her rules that she must follow while she's there. And she's willingly breaking those rules because she doesn't want to see the girls hunting in the dark or being in the dark. And though she is doing them a huge favor, there's only a certain amount of doing for them that she will do. So I'm wondering what will occur if she continues. Like, who is it that's really running this world? And are those the eyes that they feel are on them at all times?
Well, quick pause, Chris, and let's think
Yes.
about this. Up until this point, she's limited how much she would interact. And who was it that was kind of that, voice on the shoulder telling her to, hey, step back, you're doing too much? It was,
Her
was
homie.
it, yep, Guidol. Is that how we pronounce his name? Or Guidol? Guidol?
Guidel.
Gaiden.
All right. And who's not there anymore?
Guidel.
But
So
she's been
now-
helping. She was helping them before he left.
But I think she might do more, is what I'm saying, because she doesn't have that extra person to kind of talk her down, be like, hey, you're getting involved too much, back off. I think she's going to get caught up in it and trying to help them even more.
That
Yeah.
could be dangerous.
So,
Indeed.
so brief pause. The echo is apparently back horribly.
Rebecca just unmuted.
Yeah. Rebecca, can you hear us now?
Jeez.
Oh,
We can't hear her now.
Yeah, we can't hear her now. That's lovely. I love this.
All right. She has a new headset set up. So, Alan, walk her through this one and see if we can get there.
Okay. So you have a new headset. Can you hear us? Not if you can hear us. Okay. So we can't hear you. So you have to figure out your output or input. Make sure it's going whatever speaker microphone you use, that your microphone is selected.
Microphone check.
Yes, go to
Microphone
Zoom,
check.
Go to the mic. Go to audio settings.
Yeah. So if you're in Zoom settings, you go to your audio settings and make sure your mic is selected. Because it might be
So you
trying to
really-
listen through your headphones. Even your headphones doesn't have a mic, it might automatically default to that.
Yeah.
Yep. So you go to the little mic in the lower left hand corner. You click the up arrow, and then you select a microphone.
I love how there's just tails wagging in the background.
Right.
That makes all of this better.
And you want to
Yes.
select the one that is not your headphones, unless you're using a mic on your headphone. And that's in
Nope,
Zoom.
still can't hear you.
So if you go like to where the mute button is and that little up arrow, you can select a microphone and it'll give you all your options. So if you're whatever you're talking through, you want to select that.
Or you can just share your screen in the Zoom and we can walk you through whatever it is.
Say, Alan, for future guests, you need to get whatever program you need to be able to like take over somebody's computer
Right.
and just be like IT world, be like, I need you to click accept. Okay, now don't touch anything.
You can do that through Zoom.
Good. Really? Like,
Yeah, you
use-
can
take
remote
over-
through Zoom.
You can share screen and give control.
Yeah.
All right, her audio is connected now.
Is it only for the Zoom screen or do you get control
All
of
right,
everything?
Rebecca, now
it's-
try
you need
talking.
control of everything.
Yeah, no, we can't
Nope.
hear you.
Still can't hear you.
No. Okay. Hey,
Oh,
share.
wait,
Oh,
talk again. Nope.
Y'all
It
got all
lit up.
excited.
It lit
the
up,
echo is gone. Yes.
So
However,
it lit up in
but now we can't hear Rebecca talking through Zoom. So
don't you have to have
Um,
overlay enabled? In
you can use the
Discord?
chat function in Zoom to chat to us too.
yeah, and let us know what's going
Let us
on.
know what's going on because we can't. Wait, I'm not trying to do gestures on here. I'm 2 drinks in for that. Too many.
Hey,
Yeah.
Alan allow sharing functionality.
Allow sharing functionality. Hold on, let me see if I can do that. Let's see. Allow multi-pin permissions. Local. I already gave permission from that. Let's see. Multiple event sharing options. All participants can share. Okay. Okay. It's changed. You can share now. You can share your screen now.
Yeah. Go ahead and share your screen, Rebecca. Okay.
Head nod.
She's nodding. Got it.
There we go. All right.
Cool.
So
Now.
go to your Zoom. Not Discord. Zoom.
Zoom.
Go to Zoom.
Zoom, zoom,
Zoom, zoom, zoom, zoom, zoom.
Boom, boom.
It's going to be that last icon on the bottom, on the right.
But you're maybe
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that one.
That one?
There you go.
Click on that. Click on that.
Yes.
And
Just click zoom.
Oh,
Just click zoom.
Click zoom.
Woman.
Because you got to pull your zoom screen up.
Yeah, you have to pull your Zoom screen up.
Are you
just
on multiple monitors? You can,
l-
No.
if you're on multiple monitors, you need to pull it over to the screen where your Discord is. Not an X.
Don't. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Okay, so
minimize.
she's out of Discord now. All right.
So open
Now-
up Zoom. Mm.
Left click that Zoom icon at the bottom.
I can control now. Let's see here.
Did you take
Okay,
control?
look at that.
All
Did
right.
Chris take it?
Yeah, let me.
Perfect.
Yeah, let go.
Did you just remotely access your computer?
Yeah. It's like it's not.
It doesn't
connected.
even. How are you on here but not on here? What is going on?
I'm confused.
Are you on Zoom on your phone? Like, what is going on?
Zoom.
Yeah.
Pull up Discord and go to that link again.
Yeah.
Go to our
Yeah.
Discord messages and
Yep.
go back to that link.
She's got to get back to Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Don't touch.
don't touch
Hands
that.
off.
Da-da-da.
Did you just remotely access your computer?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Open Discord in your browser.
You're not even
Okay,
logged
now,
in this way. Hold on.
woman.
You probably go through the app.
More than
Yeah.
It's okay.
There
we
it is.
go.
There
Now
it
go-
is.
go
Go
up
to
to the-
messages.
Good messages up top
Oh,
with message from the Will Reads. Click on that.
Join cloud video meeting.
Yep.
Yep.
Like you clicked the wrong
How
link.
is she in here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go-
click
go
the
back
wrong
to
one.
it.
That's my fault.
Click to join Zoom.
Hold on.
You have to go back to
Give
the
it 2
zip app.
seconds. All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Chris knows.
Join our cloud HD video meeting. That's the one.
Yes.
Mhm.
Now it's
Yep.
yep.
Open Zoom meetings.
Yeah. She's got a.
Launch. Engage.
This is enthralling to watch.
You got to click launch meeting, bro.
Click launch
Here's
meeting.
the thing. He's accessing it through Zoom. So she's
Yeah.
already in it.
He's already in Zoom. I'm
Launch it
trying to
anyways.
get- It's-
You were
I
like
did
the button
launch
was
it.
right there.
Oh, God.
I did launch it.
Wait a second. Hold
There
on.
we go.
That settings was back there though.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to.
That okay.
It's not going to let me see her meeting control settings.
Hmm.
All right.
Oh, meeting control settings.
Minimize that really quick because that should have the settings if you minimize that.
Yeah, you can go right
Is
there.
that the Zoom settings right there?
That's general
No,
settings.
these are
Oh, that's
her
general settings.
computer
Okay.
settings.
Oh, damn.
View options.
Try that speech button.
Nah.
show
That's general
control.
settings. I just love how Chris took over Rebecca's computer. This is
Right.
amazing.
That was great. I'm here for it.
We know the Discord's right.
Yes.
It's not gonna let me
Wait,
see her
make
Zoom.
make sure her audio
Hmm.
input and mic input
Go to
is
that. Go
correct.
to that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check on that.
It won't let you
first.
go to that. Okay.
Yeah, we can do this one. This is where I always get confused. I need to click
There.
on
There.
this, right?
User setting. Yep.
Yeah.
And then
And voice and video.
So voice and video.
Down under
which
app
is
settings.
down here.
Years.
So input device.
Input device should be that.
Yep. That's a real tech. That's computer. And then output device should be your headphones.
There's no headphones.
she unplug them?
connected.
Did you unplug your headphones?
Plug your headphones in, woman. They are plugged in.
They are plugged in. Huh.
Unplug them and then plug them back in.
Reconfigure.
Discord's not reading.
Unplug them and then plug them back in, please, ma'am.
Yeah. It's not reading them.
What are you plugging into? If it's the floppy drive, you're off a little bit.
No,
Now that
the
goes back again.
stereo mix
Go
is the
go
name.
go back.
The stereo mix is the name for the headphones.
Okay, so
Okay.
take that off the input device. Put that on the default.
Yeah,
And then put output
the
on-
output on
yeah.
that,
Okay, cool.
and then
Can
we
you
The
should
hear
echo
us
should
now?
be
try for
gone.
that.
Hey,
Hey,
There's that. Right?
can you
No,
hear
all I
us
want
at
to do
all?
is do a zoom, 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 and a boom, boom.
Okay, so she can hear us, but we
Shake
cannot
your
hear
head.
her.
Can you go to the Zoom? Can you go to the
Oh,
Zoom? Next to that,
halfway
not meeting controls, but the Zoom.
Yeah,
Whoa,
this one.
Yeah, can you get that one? No, we'll let you go that one.
Won't let me go to anything Zoom related.
That
Okay.
sucks.
It just lets you access all the rest of her computer, but not
Everything else but
Right.
but the Zoom.
but the Zoom connection.
How about you give it back to her and,
And then
then
walk
she
her through
video
it.
she video
Yes.
chats you on her phone.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Cheers,
no.
cheers.
Me give up remote control.
Yep. Okay.
Y'all, I
Alright.
gotta go to
So-
work at 4 a.m. Just remember that. And I haven't slept yet today.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
try and get
now
something
you
in.
want to go to your Zoom.
Go to
You can
yours.
stop sharing with us. Go to your Zoom and make sure that your audio input is your headphones and your audio
Okay.
output is the computer.
Okay. Settings. I'm about to show her.
We are at 9.
Oh my, I have like 5 million snaps. Oh my god.
Oh, snap.
Anyway, I do.
Ooh.
I have a million snaps.
Yeah,
on my
we
phone
we
right
could
now.
hear Rebecca earlier, but then
We'll
Yeah.
do some words with friends.
It was the
Yep.
new
Look.
headphones. Threw it off.
Okay.
Rebecca, can you talk?
So,
Try talking.
hold on. I'm actually about to
No,
call her
nothing.
on Facebook Messenger.
Do they
Give me
hear
one
on
second.
Discord?
I hope your phone is somewhere nearby because I'm calling you, Rebecca.
Can you hear Rebecca on Discord? Guys?
Okay. Hi. Do you see this right here?
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
We could hear you there.
Oh yeah, we're
Well,
hearing
that's
through the
because
phone.
she's coming through my phone. Yeah.
Okay.
That would work.
There is. Wait. Hold on.
Okay. Your Zoom settings. I can't
Zoom-
even really
I-
see that.
I didn't need my Zoom settings.
Okay. So do you see the one that says, where is it? Audio. Click the audio.
I'm in audio.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on?
Now
Hey, I
test
got
your
a quick
speaker
question.
and test your mic.
Did you by any chance click on that link for the free COVID
I
test?
can hear my speaker.
Yeah, why?
Did you send it to grandma's house?
But test your mic.
No, I
Make
sent
sure
them
that
to
it does
my
that
house.
little thing that mine is doing.
It doesn't do it.
Okay, so click this drop down here and pick
Where?
the one that's correct.
Why are they not in my system? Hold on. I have so much anger here.
Oh, I love you, Rebecca.
Rebecca's lighting up on Zoom. That's weird.
On Zoom?
Yeah, she lights up whenever
Yeah,
she
I'm
talks to me.
on Zoom. Or not Zoom. Discord.
What?
No, that's settings.
Wait, why? Wait, we can hear them like real time right now.
Because they're on my phone.
On speaker.
I
Are
have
you
my
sure
phone
that's why?
right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Appeared from nowhere.
Okay, look, if I have to, I will hold my phone like this so that we can hear you and you can come in through my microphone.
I am going to figure this out.
Okay.
I have faith in you.
Right, look.
Is there still echo on Discord, guys?
Is there an echo at all? Is that another person?
Sorry,
Oh yeah, there's an echo on Discord now.
So much echo. Never mind.
Hmm.
Okay, so
On Nix's device.
All right, the echo should be gone because Rebecca muted herself. It's gone. She muted herself in Discord. Okay. Cool.
okay, she muted herself in Discord. Got it. Cool. So are we good now?
Well, you can't still hear Rebecca, but
Hey, Rebecca.
What? I'm here.
Can
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
hear
see?
and no echo?
I can
hear her.
There's no echo.
yeah,
Okay,
just-
Discord, is there an echo?
there's no echo on Discord. She's muted on Discord.
Fucking so All right, yeah. So I'll just
Yeah, I don't even know what's happening.
Try leaving Zoom and coming back.
yeah, try leaving Zoom and coming back, Mama.
Like leave Zoom, leave the meeting. Yep. And go back and click on the link and see if it actually loads in the new settings.
Yeah, go back and click. Yeah.
Editing's gonna be fun this
Can't
week,
life
guys.
some days.
Look.
I was about to say we should probably
So
like stop the
frustrating.
local recording.
No, we can just keep it going. It's easy to edit the stuff out.
I
just
mean,
had
especially since you just have to like
It's
cut
harder.
a big chunk here.
Yeah.
I just got a 52-point word.
Oh damn, really?
Yep.
I want to be the one doing
Okay,
this.
that's good.
Still not as dirty as your like 120 point word or whatever.
Yeah, at a 120 or 121 somewhere. It was ridiculous.
That's crazy. Oh, let me turn
Didn't
this
she still
down.
with you after that?
Yeah, we're still together, man. It's a good sign.
How pissed was she?
When you meet her, you'll understand this, but she was very happy for me and like, oh my gosh, babe, that's great. That's amazing. You're kicking my butt. And I'm used to that being sarcastic, but like she really means it.
Aw, that's adorable.
It's great.
All right,
Yeah,
we're gonna see
I
if
love her. She's awesome.
Rebecca comes back in.
Yeah, you're not even in the Zoom, woman.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't
But I can still hear her. Oh,
Here
through
you
your
will
phone.
be
That's
right
right.
Through my phone, yes. She's still on my phone because we're trying.
Okay. So,
We're just gonna do karaoke in a minute.
Mhm.
That'll be the episode.
Yeah.
that'll be amazing.
Right?
All right. So you need to go in.
Bum, 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 bum.
I got sunshine
On a
On a
cloudy
day.
day.
when it's cold outside. Baby,
I got the month of May.
Nah, guess you say
What
can make me feel this way, my girl.
My girl.
Talking
Talking
about
about
my girl.
guy.
My girl.
Where do I find?
Tiny delay. I only made it a little difficult.
Mhm. Look, I actually had a thing set up with Andral before Christmas that we were going to do.
Rebecca's coming back. Let's see if it works.
we were
drum
going to
roll.
do Santa Baby. We were going to do a duet of Santa Baby before Christmas. It was really funny.
I like it.
Drum roll.
Live a present under the tree. All night. I've been an awful good girl. Santa Baby. Yep.
Wait. Wait, I can hear you.
Woman.
Rebecca, I can hear you.
Hold on.
Oh, wait. It's
I'm-
their,
How can you hear?
Yep.
it's their phone.
I'm muting her over
Sounds
here.
like she's in another dimension. Like, help! Can you hear me?
Oh, wait.
I'm walking
She lit up
towards the
for just a
light.
second.
She did loud.
She did. It was when she was hitting buttons for like the mute unmute. Did you hear the badoop?
Okay.
Badoop.
Yeah.
Her video's off though, so I can't.
Yeah. Woman. Okay. What are you doing? You're working on it. We really should just do karaoke.
Let's see if you believe in me.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there unless I'm there.
Santa
So
baby.
Mhm.
So Chanel has finally gotten to meet Leandra.
nice.
She's like that traitor, lecherous bitch. Like quite literally, that's the text I just got.
Oh man.
Nice.
I think she's just wrapping up book 2.
Indeed.
Dance parties? Really? Let's do a dance party. That would be awesome.
I don't know what else to do at this point.
Right?
I-
don't. Woman. Everybody can hear you, just so you know, because I've got you. Okay.
Table under the tree for me. Being an awful good girl, Santa baby. Hurry down the chimney tonight.
Mhm.
Wah, 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 wah. Santa baby. a 54 convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you here
Santa
Saturday.
Fe.
So hurry down the chimney tonight. Why not I think of all the fun I've missed? Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. Next
So what do you want to do,
year,
guys?
Okay, we can.
you just
Woman.
off by Christmas list.
You good?
I can hear you guys.
Okay.
I heard a lot of blonde.
So you guys talk. I'll listen, and then when you
Okay.
can hear me, you hear me.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Cool.
Right?
We'll do it
Okay.
this way.
Alright.
This is fine.
do
Right.
it.
All right,
Okay.
we'll continue
Battery
going.
runs real low, real quick. So
All
let's go.
right. So, what do you guys think about this whole thing with Geidel Kane and Brigida being born like around the same time, and like that whole pairing in the wheel? That was a question I have for you guys. For Eden Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, and didn't it also say that? I mean, so we know in the real world she's born later than him, so he's always older than her. But didn't they also mention that like it's not like a set time that she leaves the dream world? Like the timelines don't exactly line up.
Yeah, the time moves different in the dream until Ron Riyadh than it does in the real world. So it's like what could be like a couple hours for me might be years for you guys. Like,
Right.
or it could be slower. It doesn't move at a very lateral, or I guess lateral, linear. Thank you.
Linear.
That's the word. Linear
Mhm.
pace.
Right.
So it's not like a 1-to-1 ratio or 1-to-2 ratio. It's just random. I don't even know. It might not be random, but it's not the same.
Well, so you say random, and maybe you spoiled me a little bit because my mind started running to the first two Forsaken that we ran into at the end of the Eye of the World, and one of them who was really old, talking about how like he was more towards the center of the wheel and moved faster, or time moved faster for him.
It was closer to
Like-
the seals, and therefore the time grind away to more. Yeah.
Right. So I was thinking in my head, I was like, okay, so where were they actually trapped? Is it something
you
similar
hear
to
me?
Teleron Riyadh? or
Yes.
the
Yes.
same
Wait.
thing?
We can hear you on Zoom.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah, I just hung up with her.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
you're beautiful. I love your voice.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Oh,
All right,
and the
is there-
laugh.
is there an echo? Is there an echo, guys?
Now there's going to be an echo.
No,
Oh,
there's
right.
probably
There's no echo
yeah.
because she's
You
not.
know what?
on-
Discord, keep quiet.
Oh, you're not on
Let's just-
Discord.
Oh,
Oh.
she's muted on Discord. You guys
Oh,
have to unmute
jeez.
on Discord and then see if there's.
How
There
are
we
we
go.
sounding, guys?
Is there echoes now?
Look,
there
y'all
an
just got to
echo?
listen to the episode.
How we
damn
doing?
it.
Good? We're good now?
We're good. We're
Whoa!
Yes.
So
we
great.
so
we
excited.
figured it out.
Oh,
I'm going to cry a little
Italy.
bit.
All right.
Hey, for those of you
Yeah.
in live listeners, since you were bearing with us and we finally got it figured out, Alan, I want to do a giveaway.
All right, we're doing a
Aw.
giveaway.
We're going to celebrate Rebecca getting connected.
Yeah,
There
right.
we go.
Oh, with the red
Dude,
rod.
Rebecca needs a couple shots
All
at
right,
this
all right,
point.
what are we-
There's two
what
shot
are we-
glasses.
What are we giving
Some,
away?
Yeah.
something from the merch store. Yeah,
What is
their
shot,
choice.
Shot glass.
Shot glass. Yeah. Shot
Yes.
glass.
We do shot glass. We'll do it to a random person that's still bared with us and listening. How do
And
you know we're listening
celebration
right
of
now?
Wisconsin.
Yeah. Celebrate. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people listening
Hey,
still.
y'all stuck around.
Yeah.
Right? Hey,
Let's see,
we're
generate a random
entertaining.
number, and we get it is Zool. Zool wins the shot glass.
Yeah. Shot.
Yeah,
That's
Zool. Woohoo. Okay.
Even though Zool did make
Party
this
is
episode
on,
100.
guys.
All right, party's on. Party on,
Alright.
Wayne.
Cried,
Party
Zool.
on, Groth.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so
God, right?
speaking about this linear thought process, and the whole idea of the timelines overlapping, I mean, we can see clearly here that the timelines don't necessarily overlap in a nice way. So I guess thinking of it as a pattern may not be the best way of thinking of it at all, because Brigitte makes the statement like sometimes we're born close together, sometimes we're born far apart.
Hmm.
The only thing that we do know is that somewhere in the world right now, a boy is born and he will be great.
Yeah.
And so we this whole time, at least I've been thinking about an actual pattern and weaves and interlocking and intersecting at perfect points. But now in my mind, I'm like, there can't be any form of perfect intersection if this layering here is not good. And then if the wheel does have so much control, and we know that these 100 people have to come back to aid in the last battle by being called by the horn. First, how does that work for Gaiden now that he's been reborn? Because now there's not 100 people in the dreamscape anymore waiting to be called by the horn. There's 99.
I was just wondering this exact same thing today.
So like now we're like, if the horn, when the horn is used, we're no longer going to be getting these dead people. We're going to be dead and living people, or do we?
If
get
they blow
less
it
than
now, are they
100?
going to get a little
Like,
boy?
Is Matt getting cheated here? Is he not going to get the full 100? Like, and then and then to that, if these individuals can die in Tala Riyadh, then does the wheel really have the power that it's supposed to, or is this how you disrupt the wheel? Is it in the dream world where the most damage could be done to the timescape?
Maybe like a half.
You know?
Interesting.
No, I was actually wondering that exact same thing because I'm at this point on my like 30th reread, not 30th, but I mean,
Close.
A lot.
it's got to be right around there. Reread, but I'm listening to it, and then for North Harbor, we start from the back.
No spoilers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
okay.
saying, like, so it's
Alright.
weird, like listening and reading things at the end, and then now, like, listening to Brigida talk to them and how that goes, and knowing that Gaidal is born now, but he also needs to be at the last battle.
I guess if the last battle is in like 20 years from now, maybe.
Yeah, right.
It is 20 years from now, though.
I mean, we got a lot of books to go through, brother.
Yeah.
These books haven't even been
You
going
do.
year by year by year. They've been going like
That's
a year,
true.
then a month, and then a
Cheers.
week, and then a month, and then a year. And
That's true.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, as usual, more questions and answers. But
Yep.
thank you, Jordan. Interesting tidbits.
Yeah. And then Nynaeve starts to ask Brigida about the Forsaken. And particularly a few of them get named, like Lanfear, Ravine, Samuel, Grendel, Demidred, and a new one, Cimarog. The other ones we've heard those names before. We never heard Cimarog, but when she mentions that one, even Brigida's like, ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen her too. She's out. And that's the look on Brigida's face is like not good. So I didn't know what you guys caught that or what you guys thought about Cimarog being mentioned and the reaction Brigida had to that name.
as soon as I read that, listened to it, I was like, how many seals have been broken?
Ooh.
Like, that was really my thought was, A, how many seals were there again? I can't remember. Then B, how many must be broken for this many Forsaken to be out in the world? And now we see they're kind of orchestrating and kind of plotting together. So who's leading the group? Is this all Lanfear's doing? Is this all, there's so many other people that it could be, but it's like, which one is pulling the most strings here? And
they're all stalking each other until around round two. So it's not like they're working together. Like they're all
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't reached that one scene with Brigida and Nynaeve.
no.
No. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
They're really,
We can get there.
they've had
We can
scenes
get there.
together,
They've had scenes together, but no.
but
No.
apparently
Right,
there's,
but,
apparently there's
like,
more. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
I mean,
Stuff.
there's
We can make
stuff.
this
There's
very
stuff.
climactic if you'd like to point us in the right direction,
mm-mm.
Okay, so we have
Yeah.
a map. We have a
Rafo.
map.
Ooh. There is a map to North Harbor.
Yes, there
Yeah.
is. And
Several.
arriving there is definitely climactic.
Yeah.
If it's good.
I mean,
What are
yeah,
they up to?
sometimes you can be a little
But
rough.
what? I
Anyways.
cannot say any.
Yeah.
In
And
the
then
War
she
of the Shadows, they are always plotting against each other as often as not, but their work has never boded well for the world, waking or dreaming.
Mhm.
Like, Nynaeve is trying her hard to see as much information out of Brigitte as
Yeah.
possible, but she's also willing to put Brigitte's future life at stake.
Yeah.
because Brigitte cannot protect herself in this world against the Forsaken. So, in this point, I feel like Nynaeve is. I don't really care for her actions here.
Yeah. Yeah. And she asked about Maggedian as well, but Brigitte has not seen Maggedian there. But she says, Maggedian's the spider. They called her the spider for a reason. Like she won't be seen. Like she's always going to hide in the shadows. And that's the way she always has been. She'll never make herself known.
Yeah, she even made the comment, it could be that she already knows I'm looking for her or that she's being watched. And even more the reason for her to stay out of sight. So.
Right. Yeah. And then the next thing is Brigitte like turns to Nynaeve and says she's she's gonna leave now. And she's like, well, can I tell you to everyone else? I know you told me not to. And Brigitte's like, no. Like I'm already breaking so many rules by even talking to you.
Hard
like,
no.
Hard
Hard
no.
no. Hard no.
She's
We're
like,
gonna pass.
Please. No. So
Hey, what was the question with the hard no?
Brigitte, Nynaeve asked Brigitte if she could tell the
She could
Egwene-
guide her.
Egwene and the wise ones about her and everything, and she says,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My
It was a
mind was
pineapple
focused
situation.
on something else, and I was like, wait, it wasn't a hard no.
no.
I thought it was when she was asking about, have you seen Mogadine? And Brigitte was like, no, but not for lack of trying. I was
Right.
like, that doesn't sound like a hard no to me.
Yeah.
It's just a
No,
simple no. Like,
about talking about their meetings.
Got
Was
you.
a hard no. Yeah,
all right.
yeah. And I
Well, I
love
was
it.
lost.
I love how they describe Brigitte leaving too. Like, so she leaves, and like as Nynaeve's holding her, like trying to grasp her, she just disappears,
And
and,
she's
she's
like,
grasping
"Poof."
air. Like,
Oh,
and then she calls out to her. It's like she knows that Brigitte will, still hear her. Like, which had this little moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that something like if Nynaeve gets better, kind of like how Egwene's training in Teleron Riyadh, if she gets better about being able to control things, do you think she could have held her there? Or like, is it with her essentially living there, could she just come and go as she pleases? Or
I mean, if Nynaeve had a better control of the power, because we know certain people can indeed use the source in the dreams, then maybe she would have control. Because that's the one thing that's confused me. Like, we have Brigitte, who is afraid of the Forsaken within the dream. And is that because the Forsaken know how to use and can use their power in the dream? I mean, we haven't seen or heard of that happening yet, but in the very beginning, when they entered, it kind of seemed like, it should have been impossible to use the power in the dream.
Yeah.
But we had Egwene using it right away.
yeah,
But she's also entering it differently. So is it because they're using the Tangreal that they can't use the power? Or is it just because they can't use it at all?
yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of good stuff's coming out of here, but I mean, I already said it. From the reader perspective, first time reader, it's neat, but it's a lot of questions. I don't even have enough info to predict anything wild here. It's just, okay, cool.
Well, moving on from here, after Brigitte leaves, Nynaeve starts, before Egwene shows up, she starts feeling herself. She's feeling herself. Trying all different dresses.
I feel like a woman.
Yeah, I think-
Woo.
Yeah. Trying on different dresses, thinking about land. Like, would land like this one? Or would he like this one? How about this one?
Still like when when she's trying to adjust, she'll talk about how the shirt line goes a little lower, then it goes back up, and now it's like a wool overcoat sort of thing, with hooded, and then it's like, hugging her
thought
skin.
Lan liked green.
I love
Yeah.
the words. You were every bit a hussy as Elaine is.
The brazen hussy.
That was my favorite part of the whole chapter. She's like, you enjoyed it. You're every bit as much a hussy as Elaine seems to be turning into.
Which, what has really happened for her to think that Elaine's a hussy?
Oh my
besides the whole
gosh.
Tom
Tom.
thing.
With Tom.
Daddy?
The daddy. Oh my god. That is a
Yeah.
1,000 different
Types of no.
situations there.
Yeah.
My mind's
That's
telling me
so-
no.
My
But my
body.
my
My
body's telling me yeah.
Yeah, R. Kelly.
That's an interesting song choice there. Quite interesting.
Anyway, so yeah, so
Oh, those mustaches are something. You're right.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
mustaches. You gotta watch out for them daggers in them though.
I know. He
Um,
needs mini ones.
yeah, little tiny mustache daggers. But yeah, so
Yeah, but why can't women just express themselves sexually without being thought of as a hussy?
good
No.
point. Good
Ooh,
point.
That's a very good point. And
I
it's-
appreciate that point.
Right?
Yeah.
It actually still rings quite true,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
even now. Even in
Yeah.
today's more advanced, more civilized society, it still rings true. So,
Sure. It's crazy.
yeah.
When I
Way to
flirt,
nail
I
that
enjoy
on the
talking to
head.
people, but
Right?
I'm not a hussy.
And you hear, what under the light is that you have on, Nynaeve?
But we don't.
Wow.
Oh, right.
Wow,
Oh my
personal
god.
catcher. Egwene pops up out of nowhere like, yes, bitch, but I gotta call you out because you're always calling us out. I'm
Sure.
so glad. I hate to say it, I'm glad the tables are turning. If you had listened to
Yeah.
me 50 episodes ago, I'd be like,
Yeah.
you know, Nynaeve's
Oh, yeah.
a girl.
What is it like?
In scandalized tones.
Reading
Hmm.
this as an adult. Like I just like
We
it's-
both read it as kids.
right. I was like 13, 14 when I first started reading this series.
Mhm.
You know, somebody came on and they were talking about how when they read it, you know, when they were younger, they were I think it might have been Matt Hatch from Dusty Wheel. When he's talking about when he read it younger,
Mhm.
he was like, what is this Moraine character being all bossy telling us what to do? And then as he
Right.
got older, he's looking at it like, hey, these characters really need to be listening to Moraine. She's trying to be the responsible one and take care of them.
Right.
Like, man, just giving out good advice. So, but I've gone back and forth because sometimes I'm reading it from the perspective of like me and myself where I'm at now and like my experience in life. But then sometimes when I get really caught up in it, I'm in the character's position as, you know, a little bit younger and naive and whatnot. So I guess I flip flop on things. That might be a downside to us reading so slow because
Oh,
you
could
can't
be.
really dive in and, you know, be one of the characters as you're reading it because you're just quick touch and goes. So I guess I constantly look at it through an older, more experienced lens now. And I call bullshit on all the things. I'm like, that's stupid. Why would you do that? Why is that person doing this? They should have been more
But-
guarded, or how did they get
Sometimes
caught off
the
guard
quick
there?
touch and goes that they want. Like,
Yeah.
you just
Exactly.
So I noticed the first time, like reading it after I was a mom, and this woman comes in and she takes these kids away. I'm like, dude, stranger danger.
Right, yeah.
Come on.
Moraine
Like,
flirts with Tam for a little bit, and then Tam's like, "All right, it's okay, buddy. You can go with her. I trust her. She's hot."
Right?
Like,
Right?
does it really happen like that?
Yeah.
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 I just want to perhaps just bring your attention to the connections between a lot of these characters.
That
I don't
aren't
know.
always apparent at the beginning.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
so.
Like Elaine and her daddy, Tom.
Right, right. But also remember Tam
Dad? No.
Althor.
Dad? No. Daddy?
What?
No. Daddy? No.
So remember, Tam Althor traveled wide and around, right around the time that Morgase was coming to the throne.
Yeah.
Morgase mentions when she speaks to Rand, I had the chance in my youth to hear the Two Rivers tongue.
Hey, just hear it,
I mean,
or did
probably
she
felt
know it
too.
biblically?
I mean, she may have,
Look,
but still.
Stubborn tongue.
I'm
but
just
it's,
saying, like,
Did he?
so
double
then
click the button?
also Tom would have been around, right? And so if
Ooh.
Tom was there, that's Tam's connection to Tom to get him down from Barlon.
Oh, so maybe Tom was actually in the Two Rivers because he had beef with Tam because he effed up the relationship with Morgase. And he was
Possibly.
like, he was like, man, I'm gonna get my revenge. And then, you know, the
Right.
Trolloc got instead. He's like, well, I'm not gonna kick him while he's down. I guess
Yeah.
I'll just follow
Yeah,
his
I mean,
son. And
Are we far enough
no,
in the
No,
books
we're not.
to know?
no, we're not. We're not. I
Can
know
we have her
exactly
on
where
all
you're
the
going
time?
with this tangent.
No,
I'm
do you
listening
know?
intently.
she's
Do
my favorite
you-
guest so far.
Do you know who killed Morgase's husband?
No.
Okay,
yeah,
then.
let's talk about it.
Stop.
Yeah, let's.
I'm done.
No, we're not talking about Rebecca.
It's gonna
Done.
be Moraine.
Read and find out.
Oh yeah.
No.
And
Morgase's husband was Maureen's brother.
yeah, Moraine's a bleep.
Okay, Rebecca.
The names
it.
are
Alright,
the
guys.
same.
Okay.
They know all the
I
last
might have
names
to
already.
mute
Okay, I'm done.
Rebecca.
Sorry.
Rebecca.
Tell
Done.
me more. Tell
Done.
me more. Like, did
Done.
you get a car?
Done.
Uh-huh.
I'm just
First
saying.
time reader podcast.
Okay, yes.
pay, just
Rebecca.
pay attention to all the first and last names. That's all I'm saying.
Tell me more.
Another
tell-
disadvantage of going so slow. Sometimes like we remember a hint of it, and I'm like, especially when we're finding about like who Moraine was and where she came from, I was like, wait a minute, I remember some of this. And some of those names sound familiar than to some of the Camelin stories we've heard and whatnot. So yeah, it's totes cray cray.
Rebecca, there's
there.
absolutely nothing you can say that we will actually know at this point.
I guess that's better. I'm just gonna sit here and shut up now. Okay.
That whole hour, we could have used that. It just gone through because
So Nynaeve thinks Elaine is a brazen hussy, and apparently Egwene now thinks Nynaeve is a brazen hussy. There's just a bunch of,
Correct.
and maybe that's why they think that about each other because they're all so judgy. Yeah, the women need to like get together and just stick up for one another and be like,
Thank
you know what,
you.
girl, you do your thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're happy, I support you. But no,
Hold
they're
them
just
up.
hussy this
Hold
and
them up.
hussy that and
Mm.
Yeah.
scandalized tones.
Whew.
Shoot.
That women's circle.
Yeah, so they start giving updates between each other, Nynaeve and Egwene. You know, Nynaeve talks about that how they're in Amadicia, and she lies are kind of omits what happened, evades what exactly happened, that she got captured, and just said, "Oh yeah, I didn't fight as a fork group before they caught me," and something like that. And then Egwene gives an update that they're on the way to Dragon Wall. And you know, and gives the update that Moraine is like obeying Rand and doing everything Rand says, which shocks Nynaeve. She's like, I mean,
What?
I don't like
Hmm.
Moraine, so I'm kind of happy, but at the same time, like that's not right. So I'm not happy either. Like very torn emotions with Nynaeve through all this.
yeah, I think my favorite quote was schemes within schemes. The great serpent is a good sign for you Aes Sedai, I think. Someday you may swallow yourself by accident. And I mean, it,
Got to take a few ribs out to
Go.
do that, apparently.
Oh
so I
God.
mean,
Not always.
it's clearly evident in this reading how they look for the opportunity to scold each other, and that creates a level of embarrassment that's not good for what's that favorite word we have, Ian? Communication. Amongst the group.
Communication.
And you know, there's nothing, I mean, the embarrassment of asking how Lan is, that's something that, you know, Nynaeve should not feel embarrassed, or excuse me, yeah, Nynaeve should not feel embarrassed about asking Egwene, but it's like, well, you know, I can't hold my tongue.
Especially because her and Lan, she knows she has a thing for Lan. Lan knows Lan has a thing for her. But everybody else knows about the thing they have for each other. And they know that everybody else knows. But then when we talk about it, we still pretend like it ain't a thing. Like all the dots have been connected, and Nynaeve is still like, so bashful. Can't talk
Yeah.
about it. Right.
And so like this embarrassment leads to the lie. And I mean, at the end of the day, was it really worth it? Did it even matter? I mean, just trying to save face in front of a wise one. I mean, why does she matter? So you can tell the level of maturity that we thought these individuals had is not as high as we had hoped. And I
Yeah.
wonder how their emotional states impact their ability to channel. And if maybe getting that under control a little bit more is going to be what helps Egwene learn how to control without having to have rage as the trigger.
Or Nynaeve. Yeah.
Or Nynaeve, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, not have rage as the trigger. I mean, clearly, I don't know if it's the separation from emotions or the acceptance of emotions, because we know the reason why she can't really channel well is because she hid it from herself for so long. She denied it. So she was blocking out that emotional channel. So I'm hoping
And
that-
outside of channeling, she puts up this emotional front,
yeah.
you know? So maybe there's a connection there. Maybe she's after a little bit of counseling and a little bit of maturity and learning to embrace certain emotions instead of running from them. Maybe that'll help her unlock her channeling problems.
Yeah. And I think it's, this conversation kind of makes her realize that she's not as great as she thought she was. And she has some things to work on because she finds herself having this internal struggle and dialogue where she's like, why am I making excuses for Egwene of all people? Like, I am the wisdom. I am in charge of the Two River folk. I, me. And the more she thinks this, the more control she loses. She starts slipping.
She needs to get on the "it is what it is" train and not "it is what it was," because it ain't is what it was no more. I don't think they ain't going back to home. It's not going back to the way it was. It is what it is now. She needs to learn to embrace that,
Agreed.
but still be confident with it. Yeah,
Mhm.
not being the wisdom of these people and being in charge of them and having some sort of, manipulative control over them or able to beat them with a stick. That doesn't make you less. If you run with it the right way, it can make you more.
Eating people with sticks definitely makes them more sometimes. Depends on
What?
the stick.
Right? Yeah.
And I mean,
Sure.
we also get this clear image that's being painted by Egwene for Nynaeve. Like, you won't believe what's happening. But even people like Moraine are starting to have a change of perspective and attitude and mentality. Like, she's obeying Rand.
Asterisk.
And like,
Wink.
neither one of these two river women are like, a woman's obeying a man. Wait, what? And Moraine of all people?
Mhm.
No. It's just, it can't be. And then of course it's like, I wish I was there to see it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and then also after this, Nynaeve starts to tell Egwene about how she thinks the Forsaken are plotting, and Mullane immediately breaks in. It's like, wait, you've been here by yourself unschooled, like wandering through the world of dreams. Like, that's really dumb. Like, you shouldn't be doing this at all. Like, we do not approve of this. Like, and
You need a guide.
you need a guide. And
Yeah, we've
and
heard
Nynaeve
this story
tries to
before.
stand up to herself, like, well, I
Yeah.
taught myself how to channel. I can teach myself how to be in the world of dreams. So screw you. I can do my own
But
thing.
did you teach yourself how to channel?
Mm. She stumbled on it a couple of times.
Yeah.
When there was a need, the
She
need was
stumbled
great.
in North Harbor a couple of times.
Yeah.
The need was great.
That's right.
So can you be accidentally bisexual? Like, is that a thing?
I mean,
Like,
I'm
oops,
sure
I
it
swing
can.
both ways. I guess technically the tent moment would have,
Mm.
well,
I
Alan,
mean,
I mean, that's
check that block.
I was, yeah. Hey, we don't talk about that night, all right?
Yeah.
Oh. See, what makes it better is I know this story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
just makes me think of Big Bang Theory when they're like, we don't talk about that night. And they have to cuddle together in the Arctic or whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty similar.
Similar. Yeah.
Similar story.
Very similar.
They might have stole that story from us. Hey, we stayed warm.
They stayed
We
warm.
made it home.
Yeah.
It's
No
okay.
bears ate us, and
Yep.
yeah, and we don't talk about the Vaseline.
Right.
You used Vaseline? That's less fun.
Yeah. Yep.
God.
You know the dangers of learning the power without guidance. Eyes to die. Don't you think the dangers of the dreams are less? They are just as great, perhaps more for those who venture without knowledge.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're very smart for using Vaseline.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They venture
Hey.
with knowledge.
So I catch myself as the reader getting annoyed with these wise ones. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you keep giving warnings, blah, blah, blah. But like, it's not like you do anything fancy in the dream world. But then I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe we're getting slow played by the wise ones. And maybe they are like super powerful in their own way. We just haven't seen it yet. Like we know in the real world, well, we think we know in the real world, they're not as good at channelers as like the Aes Sedai. That's what it seems so far. But maybe in the dream world, they could do some crazy ass shit. Or maybe they could do amazing channeling, but they just, don't flaunt it as much or make it as well known. So
Well, we
we
know
might
they
be getting
can do-
slow played here.
we know they can do some phenomenal things in the dream world. I mean, quite literally, they change the dresses of the others in an instant without them even knowing it. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
all
feel
right,
like that's little,
you're just
though.
acting like a child, so you're gonna be a child, and we're gonna bring up monsters, and we're gonna we're gonna scare you to death, and we're gonna I think the biggest power that we've seen that they have is the change in Egwene.
Yeah, because Egwene even starts scolding Nynaeve like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? It's not safe. They're right. But yeah, they're definitely converting her.
In the next chapter, definitely. And we'll get to that. but yeah, so what do you think about Mullane's reactions to all this as a wise one? About Nynaeve. And what do you think of Mullane in general? If you remember who Mullane is, she's the one that Matt was with a lot, I think, right?
No,
Yeah.
that's Melindra.
That's Melindra, sorry. Different
Mullane
one.
is
Mulane's
the
the older
redheaded
one.
wise one
Yes,
who
you're right.
has
All these M
Amis
names.
and Bear
Yes.
talk to
Mhm.
is it Dorinda for
Yeah.
her?
about a new hubby. She needs
Yeah.
a sister,
M
wife,
names
husband,
and
brother.
S names. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of them in the
Come see us. We will tame your zeal as well and teach you. I mean, she's very full of herself.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if she's good as she thinks she is.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'll come and see them and find out.
Yeah.
I like the little example she gives Nynaeve as they part. You know, she sighs very well, but it would be well to remember, Aes Sedai, that you were but a child in Teleron Riyadh. And then that's when Blink, pigtails and all that jazz, and put her in the garb that the wise ones
Since
put
her
their
shoes
their
and
young girls
stockings
in.
were gone and her hair was divided into two braids, one over each ear, woven with yellow ribbons. A rag doll with a carved and painted face sat beside her feet.
It was the wise one's voice of saying "fuck around and find out." That's what it was.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
Was that in the
That's
chat?
right.
Is that where the laughter's coming from?
No, it was
Oh.
from the outfit with the two braids.
Oh yeah.
Because
Well, especially
Egwene's been
Nynaeve,
there.
like,
Well,
she-
yeah.
Yeah.
Nynaeve was
I
probably like,
mean,
"What
come
the-"
on.
Yeah.
And then
She actually kicks the doll, I think, right? Doesn't she? Like,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. She gets so mad. So mad. And then it just makes me think also from my North Harbor perspective of what Lan would think if he saw her in those braids.
Look, I'm not gonna say handlebars, but I am gonna say handlebars.
Yeah, let's ride this
Heyo.
pony.
Giddy up.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and then they leave, and that's how
That's
we end
right.
this chapter with the wise ones and Egwene leaving, and Nynaeve heading off to the tower by herself in the dream.
In the dream.
So,
Yeah.
Anything we missed from this chapter before we move on?
I don't know, man. We probably not. We're
We
good.
blew through. We hit all the high points. I mean, to be honest with you, the chapter had a lot and a little at the same time.
Yeah, and this was a
Very
shorter
small
chapter between the
chapter.
two. The next chapter is really long, but
That's
Yes.
what she said.
And if the wise ones are as conniving as like the Aes Sedai are, especially like Moraine, are they actually trying to prevent Nynaeve from doing what they don't think she should do, or are they like goading her and encouraging her to do all these things she's not supposed to do? Because if they knew anything about Nynaeve's character, they would know that what's about to happen is exactly what's going to happen.
Well,
Oh,
that's not exactly
try
people they
to
are.
treat me like a little girl. Fine. I'm gonna just double down and do it. Oh, I'm grounded. I'm gonna sneak out the window. Like,
yeah,
They're IEL. I think they're blunt, and that's just the way they are.
but but even they say you're like a child. And everything. Like, they should expect that she's gonna go outside the boundaries that they set, especially the way they're treating her. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it, but
Yeah. So you guys ready to move in the next one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on to chapter 15, what can be learned in dreams? And our chapter symbol is the flame of Tarvalon. So we're going to be in the tower. That's where we start. At least with
spoiled
Nynaeve.
it.
I know. With Nynaeve trying to get there. She attempts first to go to the Amon study, but can't. So then she goes to the Mistress of Novices study, Sheriam's study, and disguises herself as an accepted with Mullane's face. So, obviously she's learning some tricks of Teleron Riyadh. So if she's seen, she won't be recognized as Nynaeve, at least. Because she's trying to be sneaky.
I think it's interesting that this is where she ended up, the Mistress of Novices.
Especially right after be given the pigtails.
Exactly. Like it proves the point. Like, I mean, the statement is clearly made that
So
when a
many
novice
spankings.
transgressions were such that extra hours of scrubbing floors or taking paths would not atone, it was here that she was sent. And this is where she ended up going.
Yeah.
Yeah, not her own rooms.
Not
Yeah.
her room.
There were other
Not
options,
hers.
but this is what she
Yeah.
chose as all right, I'll go here instead.
A safe
Maybe
space
she
for
was-
spankings.
I was gonna say maybe
Right.
she was
Hmm.
fond of the spankings.
We are gonna need a safe word. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we do
Or-
safe objects. That way you can
or
release
safe
it if you're being choked.
Okay.
You can't always speak.
Okay. True. That's
Yeah.
very true and quite
Yep.
insightful. Now I know a little bit more about you. And
Yeah.
I'm
We
happy.
well, I mean, we as a group have kind of discussed this in length. Yeah.
And safe. Yeah. Talking about safe objects.
So are you guys going to Jordan
Yeah.
Con?
Yes, they are. That was part of the whole thing. Yeah.
That you missed.
Yes.
Right.
I'm
safe.
so excited.
Look,
And I
calm
just
your
can't
excitement
hide it.
down, Miss North Harbor.
I know.
I can't.
I know.
Yeah,
There's-
Well,
There's a reason I learned about North Harbor.
Look, you
would
can sit
hope
over there.
for a very good reason.
Sit over there and edge until Jordan Con, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah.
I'm not invited. Not invited.
So it's gonna be a fun time there. So yeah. So what do you think about Nynaeve's disguise?
I didn't read too much into who or what she chose. You know, I mean, I checked
Freud
the box of being pretty
would
smart
have-
that she
A field day.
did. Yeah.
And yeah, so she makes her way to the Armland study. And and she's trying to like figure out as much as she can there. And first thing she sees is when she opens the door is Elida's there in front of her. And she notices that the stole has, the almond stole minus the blue stripe, because it's usually the colors of all the Ajas on her shoulders. And Elida turns to chastise Nynaeve. It disappears almost immediately, and Nynaeve just kind of brushes it off like Elida's dreaming of being Armland. That's cute.
Yeah.
Right?
So Nynaeve doesn't believe it, which makes sense at this point. I think what's interesting, well, another telltale we already knew that what's her name? Elida didn't feel like she was getting the spec that she deserved as Amberlin, and clearly that's still an issue because this is her dreaming, right? And she slips into Teleron Riyadh, and in the dream, she's still like, "You will respect my authority." Like, so
I know.
she does not have a firm grasp or firm control over the remaining Aes Sedai at all.
Mhm.
Funny, the thought right away was probably her finest dreams. It will snow and tear before she ever rises that high.
Mhm.
Get your snow bibs on.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. And she notices when she's outside the room, like everything's changed. Like she thinks the table's a lot more messy than Leanna would keep it. Like, and things are just weird. Then she actually gets into the study and she's like, everything's different here too. This is just really weird. She's like, what's going on with Swan? Like, why? Like, I guess people change things every once in a while, but this is just bizarre. And she's
Like
really confused.
midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's an Aes Sedai who's only 40 years old.
Right. Well, I can't judge Nynaeve too much. Trying to put yourself in those shoes. She doesn't know what we, as the reader, know. Like that. So this is, as we find out with her and Egwene, this is shocking news, shocking revelation. Like, didn't think this would happen. So, yeah, I think I'd kind of stumble through it the same way and be like, something's not right here. But maybe it's more me, or I'm messing up how I'm doing this whole dream world shit. And yeah, because there's something obvious yet to be like, dun dun dun, shit's hit the fan.
Yeah, but the regalia, how regal this room now has become, kind of speaks of a new Amelin who has been in court.
Mhm.
I mean, you read it and it's like the room was nothing like what she remembered. That heavily carved table and tall throne, or that heavily carved table and tall throne-like chair, the vine carved stools arranged in perfect curves in front of the table, not one so such as an inch out of place. Like that wasn't Swan at all.
Mhm.
That speaks of somebody with money, with power, and associates good, nice, big, awesome things.
And it needs to show it.
It needs to show it. Yeah. And then you have the changing of the the types of flowers,
Mhm.
and then the switch out of the painting. Clearly, I mean, Swan already knew all of what was going on because she helped orchestrate everything. She didn't need to flaunt what was going on with Rand. She already knew what was going on with Rand. She wanted to hide that because she was on orchestrating it, and she
Right.
wanted to manipulate and control it as much as possible. So
Right,
then
right.
why would that be?
There were
censored?
hints and signs,
Yeah.
but I just don't think at this point, I'm not judging Nynaeve. I don't think she should have gone, aha, this is what happened. Let me run back and tell everybody.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
I agreed. I don't think she's willing to even accept the idea at this point.
Yeah.
And then while she's in there, the door opens up and another accepted comes in, and Nynaeve's like, someone else dreaming, but then the doesn't go away. The accepted doesn't go away. And then all of a sudden the accepted says, Nynaeve, really? You're using Elaine's face? Really?
You are a fool, Nynaeve, a child playing in the barn with a candle.
yeah.
These two back and forth trying to put each other down.
Yeah.
They need
But is it really the two of them going back and forth? No, I think this is Egwene getting her payback.
well, that's true. And to be fair, Egwene does have a little more experience and knowledge in this world. So
To be fair.
yeah,
To be fair.
There's
Yeah.
something going on in that chat that we are missing.
I think it's the bottle of wine.
Yeah.
I think
Have
it's
you-
kind of a little both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Indubitably.
Letterkenny?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
then.
you are
I've
missing
seen
out.
Is that what
a
I'm
few
missing?
episodes. Yeah, I've seen a few episodes of it.
Oh my god. If
So
you
good.
live in Wisconsin, you can relate to it so much.
Okay,
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Letterkenny.
Yes. Letterkenny. Hulu.
Wait, are these the guys that like stand around talking about how they grill their steaks? Like S&P, 280,
Yeah.
4 minutes, both
Yeah,
sides,
they
flip
keep going
once.
out. Yeah.
da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of short clips. It's
Oh
pretty
my gosh.
fantastic.
It
We had a
is
steak we had a
amazing.
steak night the other night, and literally we all went back and forth on how we do our steaks exactly like that.
And that's what I appreciate about you.
Yeah. You only one flip, reduce the heat, get it to a nice
Yeah.
medium, pull it off.
Nah, that's too much.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it's interesting that Egwene has this kind of approach to Nynaeve now. Like Egwene's definitely, I wouldn't say matured in this scene because it's definitely immature squabble going on here. But you can definitely see that she's no longer the Padawan. I guess if you want to do Star Wars references, like
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
she's trying to school Nynaeve on like you really have no idea how dangerous this is, and like, did you know that like nightmares and people come and tell her around the nightmares, like they stay around and they'll start messing with you. So like, unless you know what you're doing, like you can get screwed over here. Really bad.
I think
bad.
See,
I
you're
think
making
we're
this
at-
exchange sound way too nice. Hold on.
Yeah.
Pause. No, we are not gonna breeze
They're
over
taking
this
shots.
because
They're taking
This
shots
is
at
the
each other.
moment that we have all been waiting for. And
It's pretty amazing.
honestly, like I didn't want it to happen, but I knew it was going to. I mean, you're a fool, Nynaeve, a child playing in a barn with a candle. Nynaeve gaped. Egwene, berating her.
How
You
dare you.
listen to me, Egwene Alvear. I'll not take that from Melaine, and I won't take it. You better take it from someone before you get yourself killed. I ought to take that stone ring away from you. I should have given it to Elaine and told her not to let you use it at all. Told her not. Do you think Melaine was exaggerating? She was not Nynaeve. The wise one has told you the simple truth about Talion Real time and again, but you seem to think they're fools whistling in high wind. You are supposed to be a grown woman, not a silly little child. I vow, whatever sense you once had in your head seems to have vanished like a puff of smoke. Well, find it, Nynaeve. Right now, you are trying to play with the pretty flames in the fireplace, too foolish to realize you might fall in.
Got him.
Like,
Mhm.
Snap.
Yeah.
Oh
we
my
can end, like we can just throw
Mike.
the book away after that, like mic drop.
Uh,
And it's like when I read that, I was just like, is this the same person that literally hung to her dress? Like, I want to be wisdom too. I want to learn everything that you know. I
Teach me,
wanna
Nynaeve.
Teach me everything. You're the best. You're the greatest. I love you. And I was
Mhm.
like, bitch, get it together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get on your grown woman
Welcome
stuff.
to being a parent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they turn 8 years old and suddenly they know everything.
Right?
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
And
I
there's-
remember my
Slamming
2-year-old.
doors.
If she had been potty trained, like she would be like, "Dude, I'm out."
Yeah. I've learned
that
all the
was
life
it.
lessons. This is all you could teach
Yeah.
me. I
Yeah,
wipe my own ass. I'm out of here.
that's right. I know how to use the microwave. I can
Yeah.
color with crayons. We're set.
Good to go.
And then this
Yep.
this next scene is really, I think, where a lot of people, I've read on a lot of forums where people don't like Egwene because of this scene. Like, if you talk about people don't like Egwene, it's because they figure that, they always argue that she went too far here. Like,
What?
Well,
She
I
didn't make
mean-
her drink it.
but no,
Is that
but
what we're talking
no,
about?
No, I'm talking about creating those two men, like basically trying to
Oh.
Suddenly,
assault-
rough hands
Yeah.
envelope
and start
Nynaeve's
ripping her clothes
arms.
apart.
Oh,
stuff like that.
yeah,
Like,
no, that's
that
pretty
Oh
was
shitty.
yeah, that was
a
bad.
little bit much to create that. That's a little bit, yeah.
So
And I'm saying
yes
a little
and
bit as in it is a lot of it.
yes and no, but so Egwene, it's not that Egwene knows everything about Teleron Riyadh, but she knows enough now to know that there's things she doesn't know, and she respects / fears the things she doesn't know, or at least knows that she should respect and fear them, right?
Mhm.
Nynaeve is in the position where she still doesn't know that there's things she doesn't know and doesn't care to know and has no respect or fear for it. But the danger is real, and Egwene knows that, so she has to find a way to very quickly get her to understand that. So this might be over the top, but there needed to be some sort of like shock value moment here.
Mhm.
She probably could have picked something else, because she really went to one of the most vulnerable moments that we know about Nynaeve, right?
Right.
We got an End to Eye of the World with one of the Forsaken and Nynaeve. We got it when Nynaeve went through
The testing.
whatever to become, the testing to become accepted. And I don't know how much of that was shared with Egwene, but Egwene definitely probably hit on the biggest, vulnerability and
Fears,
whatnot
yeah.
on her. It might have been over the top,
Well,
but
and-
something needed to go down.
It was a good lesson though for Nynaeve overall, because first and foremost, she realized the fact that she cannot channel without rage is going to be her end.
Yeah.
Like, she was fearful, and fear did not elicit what she needed to draw on the power.
Mhm.
And then she also learned
Fear
the
leads to
lesson-
anger.
Yeah.
Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
She learned the lesson that things could be quickly made and unmade, and that things had to be held to be retained. Because Egwene straight up said, I made them and I unmade them, but I did not hold them. You could have gotten rid of them at any point if you could.
If you weren't scared spitless,
Yeah.
like that. Obviously, you're not trained enough, like, to handle this. So
And if Egwene could do it to her, imagine what other people that really know what they're doing.
Like
there can
land
do.
fear.
yeah,
Yep. Or Mogadine.
Muggy
Well,
Dean.
it's a biatch.
Yeah.
Go
So
for land fear.
so after they get done with this little exchange, anything from this before we move to actually rifling through the Almond study and everything?
Nothing more.
Yeah, just because you don't know the things you don't know doesn't mean you can't respect the fact that you don't know things
Right.
Agreed.
and know that you don't know it.
So I
Humble
love
yourself.
this next little scene. I just love because it really gets into how Teleron Riyadh works, like how you can interact with stuff in the waking world, but everything wants to return back to how it actually is. So you, like, as you're going through, things are closing back to where it actually really is. Like, so you can interact with things, but then it's only temporary, and it's like changing things that you can't really change them. Like, it goes back to what it was. So it's just really interesting, like, as far as a concept, as they're opening the boxes and then they look back and the box is closed when they stop interacting with it and things like that. I just found it really fascinating the first time I ever read it. Just that aspect of it.
Yeah, I feel like because of that, it's got to throw off all the senses. Like, how do you not get motion sickness going through something like that? Just seems really trippy.
Yeah. Thoughts, Chris?
No, I'm right there with you. I completely agree. It is interesting. And the other thing I noticed, and I was trying to find it, it almost seemed like if you didn't grasp onto the concept and hold it close, you would lose that thought as that item returned back to where it was.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it was like I said, I was trying to find where I read it. It seemed like Egwene had read a document and then it disappeared as she kind of let it go, and the actual thought of it kind of left her mind as well. So it's only the things that you really keep hold of and really think hard about that stay in your mind in this dreamscape.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they're going through all the papers and they're finding all this stuff, and it doesn't look like Swan at all. Like it's becoming, the pieces are starting to come more and more together, and then finally, Nynaeve hears Egwene scream in the other room and comes rushing and thinks something's wrong, and that's when they find out that Swan's been deposed, and Elaida actually is the Amelin, which shocks them like to the core. And it's not just
This is
anything; it's an arrest warrant for Moraine. So
Yeah.
for treason.
Yeah.
Yeah, double trouble. So Nynaeve tries to immediately like, oh, there's no way. And of course, Egwene doesn't have the proof left in her hands, but I think after she describes it, everybody's on the same page, like, oh shit, it just got real. And then if Moraine is going to be arrested for treason, then Swan, who they kind of knows in the cahoots with her, it's probably the same thing. So the punishment for that is pretty bad. Yeah. They don't have a friend in the tower anymore.
Right. So, thoughts about all this before we move to Nynaeve's confession?
No, we just see the pieces of the puzzle falling in place finally. What we as the readers already knew, they're finally figuring out. So
Yeah.
it's nice. Now the next question is what does everybody do?
Where do
We
we
know
go?
that you have Moraine
Oh, where
and
do we go
Egwene
now?
and the Aes Sedai headed towards Tarvalon with all of these Tangreal and Sangreal and stuff like that. Like they've got bucket loads, they got wagon loads of like things to take back to the White Tower. Do they do it now? Like that's been my thought from the moment they started packing stuff up, knowing that Swan is no longer in control. It's like, what are they going to do with all that? Wait, they don't know, and they're headed in the direction that they probably should not be headed in. And the same thing goes for Elaine and Nynaeve. They're headed towards
Who's your good
Tarvalon
boy?
too.
Who's your good boy?
Well, with everybody headed in that direction, and now we don't have the right person in power, where do we shift our direction to? Where do we go from here?
Where do we go? Oh, where do we go now?
So that begs the question: where are the Blues?
Okay, sorry.
Because I think they're going to go to the Blues. That's the next logical step.
Yeah, they could be blue, or they could be brown,
It could.
or they could be violet sky.
I can be brown.
They could be hurtful.
I could be
They could be purple.
violet sky. I could be purple. I could be purple. I could be anything you like.
So do you guys think that there is for sure blues somewhere? Or maybe
Well,
greens?
we learned from McCur's message, or not McCur. It was last chapter. We found out that
Swan found out.
Swan found out when she visited the informant that they're
The Holy Sackhouse.
gathering in Salidara. Well, they said Salidara, and Swan knew that was Saladar.
The Blues are gathering in masses.
Yeah,
Mm.
but we don't know anything more than that. That a city name.
Yes.
That they're gathering.
I mean, but so how many could there possibly be? Right? Because we're going by pigeons.
How many
What?
Blues can there be?
Yeah.
Like how many could be like in any certain point?
Well, it's not just the Blues that's separated from the tower.
No.
And so it's more of a Blues are holding a gathering for the collective group that is separated from the tower. And we don't know how many Aes Sedai there are, period. So we can't honestly answer the question of how many Blues, but hopefully there is enough to at least offer some guidance and perspective to the crew, because the ladies at least are coming back together.
Yeah.
So how did what did we read the like what the blues are focused on? They like attach themselves to causes, something like that,
Yes.
right?
Yes, I'm blue.
Right.
I'm of the blue Aja.
So like, all right, how deep do you want to run with that? So let's say maybe officially train in the tower that raised to become blues. Maybe we have a dozen of them, but maybe also like if there's a certain number of them that have been involved in this cause, and we seem to think it's only Swan and Moraine. Maybe there's other similar causes, whatever. Maybe they've also found other channelers that they've trained outside of the tower for just a scenario like this. Like, what if shit hits the fan? And we need to have women that channel that either aren't bound by the oaths, or whatever. They can't fall in the trap of the Reds or whomever else they might be battling against within the tower. So if they saw the writing on the wall of the political conflict within the tower, it's entirely possible they've collected channelers and trained them elsewhere. So maybe Swan gets to her secret meeting and it's like 6 sisters and 30 women that they've found over the last 10 years that they've trained outside the tower. It could be an army of them.
Do you feel like the Reds get a bad rap?
No, they get a fair rap.
You think so?
Woman.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm just trying to like gain perspective because it's been so long since I read the books from the first time that I am trying to figure out where their heads are at this point.
From the reader
And-
perspective so far,
yeah.
there's been nothing flattering about the Reds, really.
Yeah.
Unless you buy into the, we just got to immediately destroy every male channeler for fear of what they could do.
I was gonna say, loyalty to the cause goes a long way.
Yeah.
And for the Reds, they've completely dedicated their life to one cause, which is the eradication of male channelers.
Mhm.
And the view that if we allow males to channel, then we will have a corruption of the world and a new splitting, a sundering of the world. So to be honest with you, do they get a bad rap? Yeah, I mean, they're doing what Aes Sedai should be doing, preventing the end days. That's what they see it as.
Yeah, but it's a 50-50 shot. It's not necessarily the end
Yeah,
days.
and-
It could
right,
be
so-
the beginning of a brand new world.
But
A whole
if you
new
keep
world.
with the
Don't you dare close
Oh,
your
Brand New
eyes.
World. Isn't
Oh,
that also
new
a book
world.
by what's his face?
A Brave New World. That's
Yeah,
Alex
Brave
Huxley.
New World. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
but on the flip side, it's better to deal with the evil that
Yeah.
like they say,
It's easier to deal with the evil that
my stepmother used to say every woman's a bitch, so find the bitches you can deal with.
Wow.
Interesting.
My stepmother used to say it all the time. I was like, I don't agree with that. But
That's interesting.
that was her perspective on it. That was her take.
Oh.
But
Everybody can be mean sometimes.
what came of that is everybody is their own person. Find the
Mhm.
person you can deal with. And the Reds are like, this world's not so bad, and we're in charge. We're the Aes Sedai. When people hear one of us come to town, they bow down. And when 10 of us are in a group, like, we rule.
Mm.
So why not just keep this going? This is a good thing.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you guys watch the TV show at all?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
Now,
the
the
show
TV show
gave
takes
them
a
more of a
different
fair
spin.
shake in the first season, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though like there was a little, who was it? Who's the main Red?
Leandrin.
Leandrin.
Mandarin. So even though like she had a little bit of a snootiness about her, like by the time she took
Terminator.
action, watching it, it was always justified, right? Well, except for that 1st
Mhm.
guy, that was a bit harsh.
Yeah.
But
we don't know what he did before that.
Yeah.
right, we don't know what led up to that for
Yeah.
sure.
But
So as they're getting all this information, that's when Nynaeve eventually just lets out the lie about that the fork root and everything like that. She blurts it out, the truth to Egwene, which then Egwene immediately starts to
Yeah.
On the shirt.
Nynaeve's pants caught on fire.
uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yeah. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, still, it's a little bit of their back and forth. I know. I thought it was more interesting at the end, like Egwene realizing, wow, I think I really could have made her do that. Like,
yeah.
so she's recognizing that she is getting something out of her work with the Wise Ones. She's gaining some power there. And at least in Teleron Riyadh has power over Nynaeve for sure. Yeah. And
You
Nynaeve was
used
probably
to
close to drinking it because
drone on
the guilt
about
was getting to her. She was wrong in what she did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So do you think that it's going to change back now?
No.
No.
What, like as far as the relationship?
Yeah.
Oh no.
There is no. If I've gotten anything from this book, there is no going back. You ain't. Yeah.
I more than suspected as much, Nynaeve. You used to drone on about herbs day and night, but you never mentioned any plant called forkroot. I was sure you'd never heard of it until the woman mentioned it. You've always tried to put the best face on things. If you fell head first into a pigsty, you try to convince everybody you did it on purpose. Now, what we have to decide. Like, that relationship is brand new.
Yep.
That is, yeah, and it's not changing. Like, we not Egwene is like, no, I know you well enough.
That was
Calling
a
her
complete
out.
exchange of power right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
The end.
Yeah, and Egwene leans into it. It's like, yeah, when I lied to you, when we were younger, at fact that you made me drink this tea. Well, let's go ahead and recreate it. How would you drink it now? And that
Right.
goes into
I mean, that's the punishment that you selected for something
liars.
like this.
Yeah,
So
so-
here we go.
A cup was in her hand, full of vicious, sickly green liquid. It looked as if she had been scooping it from scum stagnant ponds. The only time I ever lied to you, the memory of that taste was an effective discouragement. If you cannot tell the truth even to yourself, Nynaeve was like,
See, all I mean, if I use anything like Ian, all you'd have to do is just triple dog dare and she just drink it.
Right?
Ian, we made the most disgusting
Or
stuff. in the
offer
entire world.
$10. Like,
It offered
10
$10. Like, okay, like we were fishing one time and cutting up like raw squid to go fishing with,
Bait
and
squid.
and turned to Ian. He's like, "I'll give you $5 if you eat raw squid, like bait squid." And he's like, "Sure."
Okay.
Don't
Hey,
hatch.
$5 is
So, yeah,
$5.
$5 is $5.
I didn't grow up with money, so I needed it. I was like, hell yeah, I'm put gas in my car.
I
Back-
wish that they could market this for a way to cure children of everything. Just saying.
Yes.
All behavioral issues.
There's no solution for that.
oh yeah.
I think,
Uh-huh. I
dude.
got her in my closet.
That's great.
She fits around a 50-inch waist.
Like,
She hugs you tight and she loves you. And
Oh,
until you whip her out. And
I
then
feel like we went a different direction.
I feel like I use that for different things other than disciplining children.
discipline
Yeah.
is a
Giggity,
word that can be
giggity.
used in many contexts.
This,
Why I said
Been a bad boy.
you know, you need to get to know my friend Adalorna of the Green Aja. That's all I'm saying.
Taking notes. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
And Alona might know
might-
something about your roping course you did, Ian.
Yeah.
You might want to grow a beard.
Ooh.
Well,
I
you
can. It
know,
doesn't take long.
They're
Doesn't take
aware
long.
that I have a beard fetish. It's fine.
Okay. just helping a girl out.
So yeah, and then as they leave, Egwene tells her to beware of Moghedien, and vanishes, and Nynaeve returns back to Cinda, and that's how we end this point of view. So, anything we missed or anything else do you want to talk about from this before we switch to Egwene?
Nah.
So Egwene wakens back in the Aiel camp, and relieved that there's no wise ones around. One of her greatest fears was being found that she stayed around and was until around supervised. She's not supposed to be doing this. So
How do we know that they're not watching her and just not calling her out on it to see what they're doing, like gaining intel? I mean,
could be.
I'm
but
fairly
that's-
confident I'm pretty confident they're watching her.
Well, I mean, if they were watching her, I could see that at the same time, but I could also see Aiel like watching her and then waiting for her with a switch as soon as she wakes up. Like, we watch you now. Beat the crap out of you.
Mhm. Now you get punished. Go run 10 laps butt naked while carrying 2 buckets of water. Make sure it stays hot, not with the power. You better figure it out.
And you cannot spill one drop.
And it's negative 30 degrees outside. And go.
Yep. Welcome to Wisconsin.
Mhm.
I want you to shoot
Actually,
marbles
it's negative
out of
17 right
your and make sure they make
Oh,
it.
it's only -7 here. Come
now.
north.
Okay, we're negative 17.
Come to North Harbor. It's warm here.
Hey, hey. It's I don't know the humidity. It's a little too moist for me.
Yeah.
It's
The
not that.
humidity is
It's
how
not
you know
the
you're doing
heat.
it right.
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the heat. It's that gosh darn humidity.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what gets you.
Mm-hmm.
And Egwene's kind of giving
Okay.
herself a pat on the back here about keeping herself calm. I'm trying to get back on the track. Yeah.
That's your job, Alan.
Yeah.
Thanks,
But yeah,
Alan.
trying to she's giving herself a pat on the back that she kept herself calm through all the interaction with the Nynaeve, and she thinks back about she's never seen Moraine yell, and can still be effective. So trying to channel the inner Aes Sedai calmness, and
Mhm.
she's giving herself a pat on the back like, yeah, I did good.
Well, I mean, what adult examples do they have to go by? She probably thinks she did good, but she was being a jerk.
Yeah,
But that's the example she has to go by. That's how Moraine would always talk to them and belittle them, and the Aes Sedai when they're training them.
But the wise ones
that's
do.
how they treat 'em. Yeah, the wise ones do. Yeah,
Either.
they're all about belittling and just
Would not
being
shout at
condescending
Rand
towards
again.
people. So that's the example.
A quiet, firm, womanly voice. That was the thing. For that matter, she ought not to shout at Nynaeve either. She was a woman, not a girl throwing tantrums. She found herself giggling. She directly contradicts herself physically after she has this phenomenal mental epiphany. I'm
Right.
no longer a girl. I'm a whole woman.
Right.
Okay, no, that's not a woman.
Exactly. That's what she does. So no, that she's not a woman. She thinks she is.
Mhm.
She needs to find the North Harbor.
So, question: Do girls discover that as accidentally as guys do? Is it just one? Because I don't know. I mean, it's not like I had a
Sometimes.
book. As a young age, you
Mhm.
roll over, you're sleeping, you accidentally graze, and you're like, "Whoa,
Wait a second.
wait a minute, what was that?
We don't need
don't-
personal
Let me try that move
experience.
again. Hey,
Yeah. So
well, what's
here's-
going on? Oh God!"
You're asking for deep dark secrets here, man.
Right.
This is-
No, pretty open here at North Harbor.
Always.
Yes, we're
Do you like- do you
teaching.
like- Do you wipe
We're a-
differently one day and go,
We're
"Whoa,
teaching.
let me tell you."
Whoa,
Sure,
shit.
why not? See, here's the thing: that North Harbor is not as obvious as the black.
That's a
Wait,
women's circle business.
I
The
can't.
Black
Yeah,
Tower, or the
North
White Tower,
Harbor is
White Tower.
women's circle business. No, I was trying to say something else, but it doesn't work because you're not far enough in the books yet. So, anyway, there is another area that is somewhere, but
Somewhere. Thanks.
yeah. But anyway, so a
They're only
woman-
separated by the taint. Really.
Yeah, a woman's harbor is not as noticeable as the male harbor,
Right. True.
I mean, obviously.
right? And so we can't come upon it as accidentally as, say, a man would.
Sure. Okay.
Sure.
That makes sense. It's a physics thing.
Awesome.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll find that women
Often women like
don't
that.
acknowledge these things as well. So some people or some women have probably gone their whole lives without even knowing it's a thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we stumble upon it. It just
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
heard.
one
Yeah.
day it happens.
So
and you're
I've
like, this is
heard.
cool.
Mhm.
You're all over the place.
Yeah.
Horrible face.
So-
You kind of have to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right.
Yeah, so Egwene then decides to go to Rand's tent, and then a maiden
You
like,
found
pops
the
out.
Speaking of-
A maiden pops out like Snoop Dogg from Half Baked, just like out of nowhere.
Yeah. Plus, there's the guy on the couch. What day is it? Is it
Just
Tuesday?
pops
No,
out of
Sunday,
nowhere,
man. Is
like,
this
yo, gonna get
August?
some weed,
It's
yo.
January.
And Martha Stewart comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
Yeah, this is how I read the scene.
Snoop Dogg and Martha are the dream team I need.
Yes.
Always.
There
Always.
you go.
So yeah,
She does look like the kind of person who has never found the North Harbor herself. She just has that look on her face.
She
Martha.
kind of
she's-
does.
Yeah.
But she's friends with Snoop.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, he's probably explained it to her by now.
I think that he probably has. I mean, he's a good guy, and he's all about finding peace and happiness. So
This is true. Yeah,
you would think.
probably. Well, I'm sure someone showed her in prison.
Yes.
Ugh.
Oh my god, that was the best.
Uh,
Cheers to you.
Oh my god, that's great.
and we just
Oh
got
my
a
gosh.
cease and desist order from the Martha Stewart.
And Snoop.
This one to be taken down.
No,
Did
Snoop
anyone
is
else
cast
wonder,
entirely
by the
happy.
way,
Snoop's gonna share this one. He's gonna tweet it. He'll be like, "Damn right for shizzle."
Oh my god.
while y'all laugh, does anybody wonder what book they're reading?
Fires of Heaven.
No. I'm saying it's like read page 287 and page 400 and tell me you don't agree. Like Rand and Natal are having this in-depth conversation about
Oh.
books, and Egwene just disrupts the whole conversation.
Is this just so he had a stack of books from Tyr, and he probably brought some with him, but they also had Roridian becoming this new actual city, and they probably found some stuff there, so it could have come from there as well.
Yeah.
But we
I
know
f-
in Tyr, when Rand did all of his research and reading, like he kind of made up his mind on some shit,
Mhm.
and he finally thought he was in position. He was like, "Well, I know more about the way things were and how they're supposed to be in the prophecies. I know more than Moraine, so I'm carving my own path now."
Mhm.
But do you think he would trust him to read about what he should be doing, or is this some more like implications in training?
Book of Spells.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is this like is this a manual for male channelers, or is this just about the prophecy for the dragon? I know it's mentioned, but like
Yeah.
that was the thought. Is this one translation or another of the prophecy of the dragon, if she knew him at all?
Mhm.
But is it? We don't know.
We don't.
Like,
Hmm.
part of me hopes that maybe there's some training, some transcripts, manuscripts, whatever, that have been found now that can help Rand do greater things with the power.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to figure out exactly how to use them.
Maybe.
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 Or maybe Asmodean translates wrong.
Ooh.
He's not that stupid. He's all about himself. He needs Rand.
He could totally be trusted.
Yeah. Of course
Everyone
it
can
is.
trust
Yeah.
everybody.
Everybody can
Yeah,
trust him.
he
One-
did
one team, one
not
fight.
go to the Dark One on his own free will. No. Mm-mm.
No, never.
Not this guy.
Nothing to worry
No,
about
no,
there.
Nothing to
No,
worry about.
no,
So-
no.
Yeah, so then Egwene goes to visit Moraine, and I just love this interaction too, because it does actually hit home a lot more maturity here, where Egwene was expecting a different reaction, because immediately she starts telling Moraine about a lot is now Amerlin, and Moraine's kind of reaction is like, okay, and it's like, wait, you're not upset about this? And he's like, well, no, I'm upset, but like the tower being whole is more important than like any petty squabbles. Like, and it's like, what do you mean? It's like, and it brings back an analogy that I was told once, like even like, so a CEO of a company or the president of the United States or anything like that, you don't have to like the person, but he's still the pilot of the plane right now, and you don't want the plane to crash. So like you may want
Nah.
to change course.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Not
talking
everybody
to you.
thinks that. Some of us are just waiting for it all. to
Let it burn. Let it all
Yeah.
burn.
I think we're past that point of the bell curve. We're in a
I just
downward
want
slope.
I just want to watch it burn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there are some people that just want to watch the world burn, but
right.
I think where Moraine's coming from here is that, you know, that the goal is to be a united tower is more powerful than a divided one, and with the last battle coming, that supersedes anything else. That's
So
her
as
perspective.
as I read this, and I don't watch too much SNL lately because it's hot garbage compared to what it used to be. But there's a couple sketches that are absolutely hilarious. And what is it? The OK guy.
I haven't watched SNL forever, so I have no idea.
Jeez. I think that's what he goes by, but OK guy. But like Egwene bursts in there with like super important news. I need to tell you this. Like all of your plans are coming undone. XYZ happened. And Moraine goes, okay. She's like, no, but you don't understand. Now what's gonna happen with Rand? What's gonna happen with it? And Moraine's just like, okay. Like just
Okay.
almost, and Egwene's like, why are you not fired up about this? She's like, well, I mean, it's still good. Like what if all of the sisters follow Elaine now? Okay.
Okay.
That's probably good. Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, she even makes a comment. It's like, I almost wish that all the sisters did swear to Elida.
Yeah.
You know,
make
whatever
the tower
happens,
stronger.
make the tower stronger. Like, it's interesting to have Moraine's perspective on that. Like, yeah, well, we need
And
to.
yet, all of the blues are congregating somewhere else, and I doubt they're getting together to like appeal to the White Tower and be like, "Please let us be a part of you again, because we're stronger when we're together."
You'd be surprised.
Well, probably, but if Swan gets there and they're like, "Sweet Swan, you're here," like now we can go ask for forgiveness from the tower and be a part of them again. Like, and be really disappointed in Jordan. Or what if the blues turn on Swan? Oh, come on! Now you're planting all sorts
But
of stupid shit in my head.
Swan is still
Right.
So she
Yeah.
is she. Do you guys? So on this, is she still considered Aes Sedai to you guys?
So there is no time, and I know eventually she will be able to channel again. So
Do you know
Yeah.
or do you suspect?
I know deep down in my bones.
No.
It's not even
Okay.
faith anymore. I just know it's gonna happen.
But that's never been healed before, even in the Age of Legends.
Yeah.
No, there
So-
are no known
Okay.
ways. Like
Okay.
anything short of death and stilling can be healed in the Age
Yes.
of Legends.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, Rand's also gonna learn to bring people back to life.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I don't think
Okay.
that worked out very well for him at the Stone of Tyr.
He was very inexperienced.
Oh.
It's in the books.
It takes a few
Bugs.
times before you get it right.
It's on page
Once you do.
472.
But
the book.
Kalendor is everything.
Yeah,
Mm.
Maybe.
they're gonna be able to channel again. I think
sword. It's a
Logain's gonna be able to
toy.
channel again. I think
Toys
it's-
don't
Yeah.
equate to the real thing. Once he learns how to harness his power,
Obviously, you've never seen some of the toys that the Red Rod Tangeril.
Yeah,
I
what
make
if he
people
has?
give up their
What if he has
toys.
two devices? What if he has Kalendor and the Red
Right?
Rod? Like,
Exactly.
What if he has the Red
We
Rod?
even
that's
know what
sent
to do
Ian's
with it?
mom?
Can you
oh, you son of a
use
gun!
two at one time?
I don't know if you guys listened to our podcast. That actually did happen. So Ian wanted to send a dildo to a fan as a gag gift, so I mailed it from him to his mom.
Yes.
Go lay down.
I heard that.
Yeah, but so
What?
so
No.
when my mom was like, "Should I open this?" So she had also asked for
and
one
you
of our
said
mugs.
no.
ask for
She had also
Frosty
asked
mug.
for one of her mugs. So I was like, "Oh yeah, Alan's supposed to be sending one of the Frosty mugs." So she opened it. She's like, "Tell Alan he's an asshole."
So it's still,
I got something to stick in
it's
there.
still in its packing. So the idea is, so I know Daniel Green doesn't do the podcast, but some of his fans do. So the idea is he has a segment on YouTube. Daniel Green does. He's like, "Oh my God, please don't be a bomb." So I'm gonna mail it to Daniel Green next, and
Yeah.
so you can open
I
it
wanna
live on
see
YouTube.
that. I want to see that.
So what's bad
much.
is I left it in the back seat of my car, but before I left, I dropped my car off at the dealership because under
was
warranty
smart
they're
too.
swapping out the transmission. And the box is open. You could very easily look into it. And you know by now, one of the mechanics was curious, like, what's in the box? What's in the box? And there's a red dildo in the box.
Oh my god. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
When I go to pick it up when I get home, they're gonna be like, "Heh, good luck. What you gonna do with that?"
That's great.
They've got a they got a board, and on that board has all the bets.
Oh lordy! Now the
Dude.
box has been opened and like it's clearly been handled. I'm just gonna throw it away, Alan.
Good point. Yeah. Ian's mom did smack me for it, so it's
Yeah.
With it
Oh.
or for it?
Giggity.
Oh my god.
Then
Either one.
hilarious.
Either one. Either one, guys.
Does your dog want beer?
Your mom.
Because you're sipping that drink and your dog is like, please,
Super? Do you
please,
want
mama.
some?
please,
Oh.
here.
No, my warder is asking him to go outside. I mean,
Okay, that's
No.
what the tail wags for.
Gotcha. So then they moved the conversation to Forsaken. And they're both really terrified about Lanfear, and Lanfear is still in love with Rand / Luce there, and blah 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 blah. But they're terrified, and Moraine's trying to figure out how many times Lanfear's visited, because they know about a few, but they suspect that she's still trying to be involved.
But doesn't she also say something kind of dismissive, like, "But maybe we don't have to worry about Landfear this time," or something to that effect?
Yeah, she does.
What was the?
Um,
With luck, we will not have to worry about land fear. What the hell does she mean by that? Like just hoping she won't be around, or is it also part of Moraine's plan that Lanfear and Rand hook up, so we're not considering Lanfear an enemy? Like maybe she'll be on Team Rand this time, or Team Lews Therin. I don't know.
Maybe.
Did you? I mean, Chris, did that line strike you anyway? Like, why are we dismissing or thinking it's not an issue, or hoping it's not an issue?
In my mind, I was thinking that they're figuring as we move, as we get around a group of people that is all about Rand, her visits will become less and less. But mind you, they're with the Aiel. So then the second thought went to maybe Rand will finally tire of her as Moraine continues to talk to him and persuade him that she is not a good person, and then Rand will deal with her. Because that's really what it's all about. If you read the statement, I mean to deal with the world as I find the world for as long as I can. At least Rand will be easier to be around now that I can no longer need to try to turn him from what he wants. I suppose I should be happy that he does not want to make me fetch his wine. So this goes to the whole idea. She is now on his side. He now recognizes her as an ally. So she has the ability to influence him again.
So I just had a thought again. Okay, I enjoy your point. Remember, Moraine knows a little bit about her future now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've always known felt there was some sort of darkness to it. Maybe she dies. Maybe that's what she saw was her end or whatever. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was in some battle with Lanfear. And so she thinks or knows from what she saw that maybe she battles Lanfear and is able to defeat Lanfear, but it also like cost her life, or maybe she gets trapped in the dream world because of something like that. But maybe that end scene for Moraine that she saw involves Lanfear. And that's why she's able to say, with luck, you'll not have to worry about Lanfear.
Interesting.
And the other thing is that we do know is that Lanfear is always in the dream world. And who else has a really strong hold and dominion over the dream world? The wise ones, who are also trained killers.
Yeah, they have a lot of control there.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see them ganging up on her in the dream world and killing her there, or taking her hostage there. Something
right.
to that effect.
Yeah. Anyways, my mind started running in many directions with Moraine's comment there about Lanfear. I was like, what do you mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
Let me check your sources.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of how we end this chapter, because Moraine retires for the night and Egwene returns to her tent, and also has this nice little moment where she's like, this is the first time Moraine spoke to me as an equal. Does that mean I'm almost an Aes Sedai? And that's how we end this chapter. She gets all giddy about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any thoughts or anything else from this chapter that we had? Or
yeah, just as I was feeling a little different about the relationship with Rand, of Moraine just deciding to do what he says, like then she drops stuff here where it makes you think, well, it's still another form of manipulation. Mm-hmm. You know, she knows she can't, control him with the crack of the whip anymore. So she's trying to get in good and reposition herself to be able to not just be in the know, which is what I thought it was originally. Now she still wants to be able to control him. She just needs to find a different angle to go about doing it.
What do you think about the little bit of Gawain's visions that it went through? Because it talks about those, like she has had these dream visions, and it lists off a bunch of them.
Yeah,
you got Perrin with homegirl sitting on his lap. You got,
there's a ton of them.
Yeah, wifely duties and stuff happening.
And we can relate a lot of this stuff to things that have actually gone on. So she does have a gift, and with as many books as we have left, the assumption is she's going to be able to develop it or get to the point where she recognizes that, these aren't just regular old dreams, they're actual visions. And is it in real time? Is she seeing it future, or is she just able to see events unfolding any distance but same
Yeah.
time. Like that's
It says you
could be
got
determined.
Rand sitting in a chair, and somehow she knew that the chair's owner would be murderously angry at having her chair taken. Pause there. Her chair taken. Murderously angry. What females do we know at the current moment that would be murderously angry at Rand if her throne or her power was taken from her?
Morghese.
Lanfear.
We said two different names.
Yeah,
I was
no,
thinking
we did.
Morghese.
I thought Morghese at first, but Morghese is being manipulated right now.
Sure.
And we know Rand is trying to hook up with Elaine.
But Egwene don't know it.
It's gonna happen. Elaine's
Yeah.
gonna take her throne, but Lanfear is in charge of the dream world, and she feels like she's kind of running the show right now.
Mhm.
Well, she might get usurped by Rand. And then you have that the owner was a woman was as much as she could pick out of that and nothing more. And then sometimes the dream was more complex. Perrin lounging with Fael on his lap, kissing her while she played with the
Wow.
two short-cut beards that he wore in the dream. Like behind them, two banners waved, a red wolf's head and a crimson eagle. Like she thinks it's complex, but that's a pretty dead-on dream.
Nailed it.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, it's just showing their lineages and the merger of the two, and then like husbandly wifely activity.
And then the Tinker as well.
The
Got him.
tinker who had a sword, so clearly no tinker would ever touch a sword. She just doesn't recognize her boots.
Except for Aram.
Yeah,
Right.
She doesn't recognize her boots.
But then didn't she sense that like the closer that Tinker gets to Perrin, the more danger or more? Do you have it in front of you? I don't
Yeah.
have the exact line.
Yeah,
It
she does.
says, yep. It says every time he moved closer to Perrin, it was as if a chill of doom shot through everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which that was kind of crazy.
Then Matt
Right.
throwing dice with blood streaming down his face.
Yeah.
The
and-
wide brim of the hat pulled low so she could not see his wound, while Tom Maryland put his hand into a fire to draw out the small blue stones that now dangled at Moraine's forehead.
Ooh, Tom and Moraine finally hooking up.
I tell
Well,
you,
maybe
like,
he's there at the time of her death, though.
yes,
That'd be
this
sad.
Is gonna happen. Tom riding in on a unicorn, baby.
Yeah.
What?
I actually think it'd be hilarious if that one actually happens.
I
Mhm.
mean, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, he's gonna give her a gift of blue stones.
Mm.
What else do we associate with blue?
Wait a minute. See, that's when it happens.
Hold
That's
on.
when Rand finally brings somebody back to life. Moraine does die battling Lanfear, but Rand brings her back. Ka-chow.
Okay. That was a Ka-chow worthy moment.
Yep.
Chow.
With double
My
guns.
Kachow-worthy moment was Tom giving her the blue stone.
The blue stone. Is that
Mhm.
the blue stone? Hmm.
Two blue
Mm.
stones.
Because he ain't been with a woman for a while, so they,
But
you know,
they turn blue.
they
That's
blue
exactly.
stones.
And it's all over her head.
His tea bags are in her sleep.
I
That's
mean, her
horrible.
face. I mean, her head.
Yep.
Look.
He doesn't
I
even have
may
to
be
squat.
into
He
a
doesn't even
lot
have
of-
to squat because he's old. He just kind of swings them in her direction and boom.
I may be into a lot of really weird kinky shit, but that is not one of them. Please, no, thank you.
You know, you're not
Don't
down with
need to
the
wake
old
up
ball
a sack on
swing.
my face.
Horrible.
Okay.
All right, edit that out, please.
Yeah,
Adam.
no, yeah,
I don't know. I don't know
that's
where I
gonna
was
be the
going
highlight.
there.
That's gonna be the highlight reel.
Oh no.
Yes.
No, the highlight reel is
Are
Rebecca
there-
trying to get
are-
connected.
Are there daggers there too?
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't sneeze. He hides his daggers in his mustaches. If y'all haven't caught that one,
Yeah. Mhm.
And his blue balls too.
Obviously.
And his
Yeah.
blue balls as well.
right?
The last one, or a dream of a storm, great dark clouds rolling without wind or rain, while forked lightning bolts, everyone identical, rent the world. This is the tearing of the world asunder.
Is that what's already happened, or is that what's
This
going to
is
happen
gonna
at the
come.
end?
It's gonna happen again
Giggity.
if her dream comes true. I mean, the thing we know about these dreams is they're not necessarily foreseeing the future, but foreseeing a future.
Yeah, the pattern pulls you, and sometimes it can pull really tight. But just the whole concept of the pattern, with enough willpower, and especially our Taviran folk, you can make changes. You can break through. You can skip a loom or skip a weave.
Mhm.
It's just
So
difficult to
we
do.
need Aram away from Perrin.
Yeah.
We need to keep, you know,
Yeah, what if he becomes one of those super jealous followers that it's not because he doesn't like Perrin and tries to kill him, but he's like, I love you so much, I must murder you. like,
Ah,
like the really creepy.
Yeah.
What's that Stephen King where she has the author there and like breaks his legs and makes him keep writing and stuff?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm not
Anyways.
sure.
I haven't
Yeah.
read that one.
Yeah.
I don't really
I
like
know.
Stephen King, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've
I
read,
read a
I've-
lot of them when I was young.
Yeah.
That's why I'm all fucked up.
So
That was it.
yeah, that's it. So anything else in these
That's all,
chapters? All right. So thank you both of you guys for coming on and joining us through all of the madness.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you for all the fun craziness.
Anytime.
It's a good time.
Yeah. So how can everyone find the North Harbor podcast?
So our link tree is actually on our Twitter. And
Cool.
the map is there as well.
There you go.
But at North Harbor Pod.
This is how you can find the North Harbor, guys. You have to go to their
Yes.
Twitter and you can
Mhm.
find it.
Yes, absolutely. And
you're
we're
right.
on
To the spot.
Spotify and YouTube and TikTok,
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Facebook,
all, the
all of
TikToks.
them.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we do TikToks.
Nice. So also I guess before we wrap up, also we have to do predictions of favorite characters. So any big predictions from these chapters, guys, that you wanted to?
Thanks, Dan.
Well, I just unloaded some at the end there.
Yeah, I think so.
I Yeah.
think we're good
Moraine,
there.
Moraine dies chasing down Lanfear. Maybe
Mhm.
takes Lanfear out. Rand saves Moraine.
Okay.
I mean, I think we've seen pictures of Moraine with like blue gems literally on her head,
Hmm.
like implicit of maybe a crown. Maybe there's more to Moraine than we actually know, and we kind of got a little bit of a hint of that
Yeah.
earlier today. So, you know, there's that idea, that concept. Kind of, I know I've made this statement before, but we don't know where there might be intersections. Like we don't know who Rand is. We don't know where he comes from. He's really our biggest question mark. And I know maybe 5-10 episodes ago, I made it. Maybe there's a connection between Moraine and Rand somewhere down the road. Which, you know, that's something that
Okay.
I'd like to explore a little bit more with the idea of her now kind of being more a surrogate and listening and complicit in his ideas. Like maybe she's starting to come to some realizations that she didn't want to address before. I still, again, with it being Tom in these visions, bringing her the stones, I still see a deeper connection between Moraine and Tom happening. I really do think the unicorn story will occur. You know, thinking about the situation now, again, courses have to be shifted. We have 2 different groups headed to Tar Valon that now learn there's nothing there for them.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
now I do think they're going to shift towards the blue
Okay.
and shift toward, I mean, then again, we don't know what Rand's thought is.
Yeah.
We don't know where he was actually going. Like,
Yeah.
he may never have had Tar Valon in his path anyway.
Right.
But say they do all end up going to the blue, then that also means that he meets up with the false dragon,
Logain.
Logain.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe
Interesting.
he finds a way to reconnect Logain with his power. Maybe he gains a great ally there.
Okay.
Logain also was one of the few to kind of grip the power and use it without feeling the effects of the taint. So maybe he learned some type of control from the madness from Logain.
Okay. Interesting. So favorite characters from these chapters.
Oh, by far for me, it was Egwene tonight.
Okay. Queen.
Mm.
Good one. Ian.
Gosh, I was gonna say Egwene too.
You guys gonna have the same one. It could be the first time ever in our podcast we had the same one.
You
I
can
think
take Egwene, I'll take Nynaeve.
I think I will take Egwene.
All right.
I don't even think
Sonic
Nynaeve was my
Tales.
second, but I like Egwene. Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. Do you guys have favorites from this?
Oh, Egwene, hands
Egwene.
down.
It's all Egwene.
Yep.
This is all
Moraine.
Egwene.
Moraine.
All right.
Moraine. Okay.
Oh, little Moraine.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
Everything's
Okay.
falling apart, Moraine. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, next time on the Wheel Reads, we'll be covering 3 chapters, back to the 3 train, and doing 16, 17, 18. And those chapter titles are An Unexpected Offer, an offer you can't refuse, Heading West, and A Hound of Darkness.
We get 3.
ooh.
Yeah, I got 3.
I like it a lot.
A
The
Hound.
last one is a Hound of Darkness. Like we already have seen the Dark Hounds.
Yeah, I know. Mm.
Maybe we
But
get
could this
to
be Slayer
meet the
coming
source.
back? Maybe it's a different Dark Hound. Maybe Slayer comes back into play.
Maybe. I mean, it's crossover Game of Thrones is actually the Hound. No, I'm just
That
Right.
would be
That would be
awesome.
epic. That would be real. Yeah.
crossover.
I would be okay with that.
Be okay with that. Yeah. So how we can be found? We can be found at the Wheel Reads on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere, YouTube. I don't do as much YouTube recently because I've been busy, but I'll get back to it eventually, maybe sometime. And yeah, you can also find us on our website. It's www.thewheelreads.com, which you can find links to all of our good stuff, like our Discord server. Come join us there. We have 600 plus people in here. A lot of first-time readers, so we have whole entire sections for first-time readers, so they can share their thoughts as they work through the books, and love reading all of their thoughts and reactions as well, as hearing Ian and Chris's every week. But it's great to hear theirs. And we have sections for other stuff that's fun, that's not real-time related even. We have Cosmere section, we have Star Wars section. It's a lot of fun. So come think about joining your Discord. Plus every once in a while we do open up. What do you say?
I am here for the Cosmere.
Oh yeah, Cosmere's great. So as we keep growing our Discord server, we love new members, and every once in a while we do open up these live recordings to everyone, not just our patrons. So you have to be on Discord to hear those, and you get to hear all of the crazy technical difficulties that I cut out that you don't hear in the polished episode. So come join all the madness. It's a lot of fun. Also, you can support us lots of ways. Listening to us is the best way of supporting us. We do run ads from time to time through different ad whenever we have sponsors. Right now, we have a sponsorship through Spotify ads. So it's not necessarily Spotify, but it's Spotify ads. So yeah, listening to us helps us out. And then also buying merch. We give it away all the time, but you can go buy it. Our links are in our website as well to our merch store. And
Be a patron like Dan.
you could be a patron. That's the best way of supporting us, is become a patron, because then you're just directly funding us to give away more stuff, for us to buy drinks for people at Jordan Con, equipment, all the mics that Ian, Chris, and I use were bought by patron money and things like that. So helps us just run a podcast. It costs about $100 a month just to run this podcast at this point, with all the different subscriptions and things I use. So yeah, thanks to everybody for supporting us, and that's all I got for this week. So
Until next time.
Peace.
okay, bye.
Bye guys. Bye North Harbor. That's all.
Yay.
Thanks, y'all. That was
Bye.
fun.
All right. That was good. That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna stop
I'm gonna
all over.
stop.